huzzah.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Huzzah! I forgot the whole huzzah.
Thank you for the sub, huge queen.
Huzzah!
I forgot the whole huzzah.
Huge queen, thank you again. I haven't even started yet. I'm still getting set up. I'm like, why am I not appearing? There I am. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my early Friday stream where I am going to hopefully be finishing this game called Pentiment. Although I was just a little distracted by the news that Kate Middleton has cancer, which is not where I expected the whole Kate drama to end up. Especially since when she first went in for surgery and they announced the surgery, they said it was non-cancerous. So all this, like, what I'm gonna call fun speculation about, like, the Brazilian butt lift and whatnot. Nobody could have expected that it was cancer after they said it wasn't cancer. But yeah, it's awful. I feel so bad for her. I feel so bad for the royal family. As much as that monarchy needs to end. But, the drama. I can't believe it. Yeah, it's shocking. It's really, really shocking for both King Charles and Kate to be diagnosed with cancer like in the same week. What is going on? What is in the tap water in Kensington Palace? Anyway, I don't want to spend too long on that. But yeah, I'm just like on I was on Twitter and people are like, oh, you should be ashamed of yourself for all the speculation that was going on with Kate. And I don't like that because at the end of the day, she's the future Queen of England. She disappeared from the public eye for 3 months. And people are saying, oh, well, you shouldn't speculate on that. I'm like, girl, if Beyonce disappeared for 3 months, people would be all up in arms and talking about it. And then you release doctored photos in an attempt to explain where you are. Yeah, of course people are speculating. You can't. Anyway, that's my hot take of the day. I'm hoping I'm not being rude by saying that. But yeah, poor Kate. I'm wishing her the best. It sounds like they called it super early. And she's gonna have the best care that England can offer. So, yeah. Anyway, enough sad news. Let's play this game I want to play. Let me put myself in the corner here. Anyway, I forgot to introduce myself again. Yes, I'm Scholastica, the Ren Fair drag queen VTuber. I'm just, the Kate news just has me shooketh today. I know I am monetized now. Thank you, Huge Queen, for the donations. Hi, Bun Prince. Wow, my goal is to get 10, whatchamacallits, 10 subscribers. Oh, did you donate 6 tier 1 subs, Eugene? Huge Queen, thank you. Oh my god. I'm making that appear again.
I never got the whole huzzah.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know. It says 6 times T1. I don't know what that means. I might be confused. Anyway, thank you. Welcome. If you need a refund, then let me know. I'll see if I can figure that out. But yeah, I'm just, oh god, I am so shook by this Kate Middleton news. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm having so much fun, Huge Queen. So much fun doing this. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I have been. And yeah, money is fake. Although I just got my bonus and was able to pay down some debt, which was nice. Alright, so what am I doing this game? Talk to Martin Bauer. I should write to Matthew. Black Till. Oh god, so many things to talk about. Alright, let me talk to Martin Bauer, I guess. Unless I can't write that letter now. I can't write that letter. Why can't I write that letter? Ooh, I can look at a map and see. Oh, only one objective. The Croucher. Oh no, there's a bunch of objectives. Cool. I'm gonna start with what's by the old salt mine? That's weird. Can't break into their house. Brigitte! Magdalene, how are you keeping? Fine enough given the circumstances. Are you getting enough rest? I know how hard it is to manage a house alone. And you have the shop and mural to worry about. I remember Clara wishing she had a distraction. You might see about her helping you and your father through this difficult season. How is Klaus, by the way? Any improvement? You're one of the only people who have asked how I'm doing before asking about my dad. I know how it is to be the sole caregiver. Yourself disappears behind the needs of the person you're looking after. I worry about you, carrying that weight alone. I remember when my dad fell. We cared for him best we could, but those few months before he passed were a tough time for everyone. But I believe God will pull your dad through, whatever the doctor says. We need him. I don't even know what I'll do if he dies. I feel crazy even thinking about it. Should the worst come to pass, you will not be alone, Magdalene. Believe me. It may feel like you are, but... Have you thought about what you'll do if your dad doesn't come through this? Dad would want me to keep up the printing press. Wouldn't that be a sight? Are you sure you could handle it? It's a lot to manage on your own. But you're a good girl, Magda. There are any number of families in Tassing who'd be happy to take you. You have someone in mind, don't you? You must mean Otts. Heh, he's about as subtle as his father, God rest Otto's soul. Ah, I miss him. I wish I'd got to meet him. Properly, I mean. He made an impression, that's for certain. Oh, the girls around town knew better than to moon after him, though that didn't stop some of us. He was Eva's from the start. As Otts appears to be yours. But if nothing ever comes of that, know that you're always welcome in my family, Magda. Kraft's a nice, hardworking boy. He's got a sharp mind. He can provide for a family. Oh, he's cute. Are you trying to set me up with your son? Can you blame a mother for trying? You're a good, respectable girl, Magda. Any family would be lucky to have you as a daughter. I guess I'll consider it. Thank you, sweet girl. Not every marriage starts off on solid footing, but if you pray and work and trust in the Lord, you can find it in time. Believe me. Maybe I'll never get married. Without a husband and children, who will care for you when you're old? The Lord made us from Adam's rib because he meant us to be part of men. Oh, you'll be lonely to never know that fullness or purpose. That's not life for someone like you. You're not the first person to tell me so. That is because your elders are wise, Magda. Trust in our love for you and in the Lord's purpose. In any case, I should get back to the chores. Remember what I said. Whatever happens, you're always welcome in my home. Oh, before I forget, I actually had a question about an old book. Martin is supposed to have stolen it from that baron who was killed years ago. Do you know what happened to it? Oh. I hope this doesn't get me in any trouble, but I still have it, hidden in a drawer. Martin left it behind when he ran off. Why'd you keep it? What was I supposed to do? The baron was killed soon after, and there I was holding his stolen book. I didn't want Martin to get any more trouble than he was already in. I never read it, though. I don't read well. I could take it off your hands. No one would ever know you kept it. I trust you to be true to your word, Magda. I'd like to have nothing more to do with it, to be frank. It reminds me of difficult times. A stolen book of a dead nobleman in our home. Perhaps it spoiled our milk and turned our eggs all these years. Here you are. Please, don't tell anyone I had this. Ah, Historia Tassiae. Oh, it's in Latin. I can understand a few words and phrases. I'll take a closer look in the evening. Thank you, Brigitte. You've been a big help. Of course, Magda. Be well now. God bless. You too, Brigitte. Until later. So I finally have the book that started all the mess. All the way back when. Morning, Magdalene. How's Klaus? Enduring. Even when his speech is slurred, he keeps a cheerful heart. I don't know what life would be like without him. Klaus is a good man, Magdalene. Tassing is a better place thanks to him. He's one of the few in Tassing who hasn't been on my back all this time. What do you mean? Don't pretend like you haven't heard. Townsfolk have whispered shit about me for years. So what if I occasionally get into a few brawls? I'm an honest man. I wasn't involved with what happened to Otto Zimmerman. I supported his cause. I've pulled my weight around here, tilled the soil, salted the meats, provided for Brigitte and Kraft. I've done enough back-breaking work for the family. Can't a man just have a goddamn rest? I believe you, Martin. You seem like you could use a respite. Damn right. Right, I've lost enough time to this as it is. Time for you to go. Until later, Martin. Ooh, I'm just so happy that I got the book. And talk to you, Waslav. God bless you, Madeline. Hello, Matilda. Hello, Waslav. How are you two? Very well. The Lord has blessed us more than we deserve. And how are you, Magdalene? I was worried with you keeping the house and the workshop all on your own. Let me bring by some soup for you and your father. Dad would love that. I've hardly had a moment to cook a hot meal. Between your father, the shop, and the mural, I'm surprised you're not dead on your feet. He's very lucky to have such a devoted daughter. And before you worry about imposing, you're not. Taking care of our neighbors is how Tilda and I serve Tassing. Our vocation may have changed, but our gratitude to God and the town has not. It's hard to imagine you two ever lived in the Abbey. Ha! Sometimes those days feel like another lifetime. A harder time, to be sure. I thought the Abbey was better off than the town in those years. So we were told, but in private, I believe Father Gurneau struggled to provide for a scriptorium and a double monastery. Didn't help that Guy was skimming off the top. However, seeing both the town and Kiersau struggle was only a part of what made that time hard. A nun's life can be a challenging one, but I never had to deal with the difficulties you do now, Magdalene. What about your old life was difficult for you? I struggled with my vows, my discipline. I couldn't live as my sisters did. I broke my vows, as did Waslav. You fell in love. We did. Well, I seduced her. You certainly did not. I like these two. Are you telling young Magda here that you seduced me then? Waslav, please. So you left the Abbey. Though no one learned of what we did, the matter ate at my heart. That and being falsely accused of murdering the old Baron terrified you, and rightly so. We all must account for our sins, Magdalene. I was afraid I would account for mine sooner than I thought. Those were the hardest years of my life. I repented and prayed to God to absolve me. But the Lord always provides, even in the darkest days. The Abbey's destruction gave us a second chance. That must have been incredibly difficult. Many of the other brothers and sisters left for other callings, and it was simple enough to set up shop here. I miss the sisters terribly some days, but truthfully, it's been a relief not to be constrained by my vows. The Lord forgives more readily than man, Magdalene. Never think that you must remain in a place that causes you to sin, even if others think it godly. I'm glad you two are finally able to live life together. You both deserve it. Only by the grace of God are we in this life together. May it be many more years before we part. God willing. Anyway, Magdalene, I'll send that soup over to you shortly. God bless you both. God bless you, Magda. God bless. All right. I met everybody there. Hello, Magdalene. How's the mural coming? I hear you browbeat the council into letting you do it yourself. They didn't have a chance against me once I'd set my mind to it. Ha! That's the spirit. It's good to see you standing strong against those stubborn bastards. God may have made man from dust, but I swear he left some of them with rocks for brains, too. Did you know that Yarg was sent to check on my hinges? I've, had about enough of their silly projects. That Zimmerman boy seems to have a good head on his shoulders, though. Once you've settled down with him, you'll have a good life ahead of you. It's hard to think of the future right now with what's happened to my dad. Oh, sweet girl, I'm sorry. My mouth goes faster than my head sometimes. Oh, hi, Live or Die. Thanks for the subscription. Oh my gosh. Oh, sweet girl, I'm sorry. My mouth goes faster than my head sometimes. Or so my Johan used to say. Happy Friday indeed. Your dad's only ever been a fair weather friend to people like me, but he's a family man at heart, and I can respect that. I hope he knows how lucky he is to have you looking after him. He regrets it, you know, what happened the night the Abbey burned. I'm sure he does. He could have made a real difference for us, stuck his neck out, but he was scared. We all wish things could have turned out different, but that's life. Anyway, give my best wishes to your father and take care of yourself. Thanks, Hetty. Until later. Until then. Hey, Magdalene. I heard what happened to your dad. How's he doing? Resting. He suffered a severe blow to the head. I'm worried, to say the least. Hans sends his regards. The Bauer household is praying for a swift recovery. Thank you, and thank Hans and Jetta as well. I will. Klaus has always been such a bedrock of Tassing. I'd hate for him to die. It'd be, sorry. It's fine. I fear it as well. It's best not to ignore one's fears. Do you miss your father? Your real one, I mean. Do I miss him? Kind of. I don't remember Joseph all that much. He's become a haze of sorts, a faint echo, a feeling, an occasional emotion. I was so young when he was killed. Mom said I had trouble understanding what had happened for a long time. I understand. My mom, she's like an empty hole in my life. I have nothing of her. Yeah, you never even got to see her, right? Not even a memory, huh? Suppose you have yourself for comparison. God molded you after her. I can imagine how she could have been, like, stubborn and unruly, yeah? But can I know if I'm actually like my mom? All I have are stories from people. Well, you read books, don't you? Stories about things that are true. Books and stories are about a lot of things. Oh, well, I can't read anyway. Would you want to learn? Don't have the time. Work on the farm never ends, especially with the taxes eating at us. Anyway, the winter draws closer, so I got a lot of preparations to take care of. I truly hope Klaus recovers soon. God look after you both. Until later, Simon. Oh, everyone's being so nice. Hello, Magdalene. Hello, Hans. I hope your dad recovers quickly. He's a good man. Dr. Stoltz think I should prepare myself for the worst. I'm sorry, Magdalene. I'll pray it doesn't come to that. The town has seen too many terrible things, but we've recovered before. Maybe the Lord will return your dad to health too. I pray you're right. Be glad you have this time with him, I say. Wish I'd had as much with, I don't even know who that is. Heelwig? Anyway, I should get back to it. Until later. Who's Heelwig? Ah, Magdalene, how are hinges on your doors? Fine, I guess? Maybe Ender should take a look at them. I would have asked your father, but, well... Anyway, you wouldn't believe how many people in this town leave their hinges to rust. I didn't realize you had such an interest in hinges. Oh, it's not my interest in particular. Paul would like to institute a yearly check of all homes in Tassing. What do you think of the idea, Jorg? Well, it's not a bad thing, but I don't see why we need to make it official. Everyone in Tassing helps each other. As I see it, if someone notices a house in disrepair, we all pitch in to fix it. To do anything else would be unchristian. But if Paul wants to see it through, I'm happy to go along with it. Makes me feel useful, you know? Speaking of, I'd better get back to work. Nice to chat with you, Magda. I could go inside the Gertner house. Hello, Magdalene. How's the mural going? I hope my husband hasn't been bothering you about it too much. No, the council has left me to work for the most part. I think Otz has something to do with that. That boy has his eyes on you, Magda. At least he's using his authority to do some good. Usually that lot just meddle around in things that are best left alone. Those men are bad influences on each other, if you ask me. Now they're chattering on about a yearly check of the hinges on every door in town. Hinges? Who gives a damn if the hinges on our front door creak? To be fair, if your hinges creak, the door's integrity is at stake. Yes, well, I don't need to check every door in my house every year like it's a feast day. If there's a creaky hinge, I'll hear it. Anyway, I think it's good of you to be working on the mural. I wish Artemis and Apollo would take interest in something like that. Speaking of, have you seen them around anywhere? I asked them to look after the chickens, but they've disappeared. I haven't seen them recently, but they like to mess around in the forest. Maybe they wandered off there? Ugh, this town isn't that big. I don't know where they get to that I can't find them. Father Thomas says there are only so much trouble because I named them after Greek gods. He says those names have powers, but I still like them. Besides, Apollo and Artemis were gods of virtues. If anything, they should be more well-behaved. Artemis was the goddess of nature, and Apollo was the god of music. Maybe the twins have hidden talents? Are you suggesting I appeal to the Greek gods like patron saints? Why not? If Father Thomas thinks names are so powerful, maybe this will help. Ha ha ha, how inspired. Maybe I will. That will get them all in line for a while. Anyway, I better go find those rascals. Good luck on the mural, Magdalene. Thanks, Veronica. Until later. Hello, Magdalene, dear. How are you? How's Klaus? Neither of us is doing well. I'm having trouble coping with the stress. That's been hard to understand recently. Oh, God. I will keep praying for you both. The both of you deserve the best. Life's been hard enough for you already. Please let me know if you need any help around the house. I'd be happy to help. Oh, thank you, Clary. That's very kind of you. I've been so busy in the rat house, I've left the house go a bit. Not to worry, I'll come by and help. Besides, then we can chat and chatter and make chores pass quickly. With all my children up and grown, and no husband to care for anymore, I've got to make myself useful somehow. Peter was about crazy. Big York's still in the house, though, isn't he? Oh, yes, but he's a grown man with children of his own. He and Veronica are capable of caring for their own household now. Eva's taking care of Otts, and Ursula and Fabian have their own life together. They don't need me anymore. You sound sad. Ah, well, I suppose I am. I thank God that my children are all grown and prospering, but I do feel there's something missing in my life. After so many years of tending to them and maintaining a home, I don't know what else to do. Could always find something new to do. Keep busy by helping Gret in the bakery or something. York has been telling me to rest more, but you're right. I'd rather keep busy as long as there's life left in these old bones. Well, that's settled. I'll come over to help around the house soon, all right? I'll see you then, Clara. Oh, why can't I go upstairs? This is where, Andreas once stayed, but now he's dead, and I'm playing as Magdalene. Hello, Magdalene. How is Klaus? Rezi and I are very worried. Not well, Andres. May God look after you both. We've had enough tragedy in this town. Has Gertrude been by to see him? I trust her over that doctor. He's not reliable. He's the most bitter man I've ever met. And he only gets worse as the years go on. He used to talk about how he was too good for Tassing, destined for greater things. Still here, though. Why is he on the council? Whatever his faults, he's still an educated man. That accounts for something, I guess. You should be on the council, not him. They asked me. Turned them down. I like what I do. I'm good at it. Don't need much else than that. Except Rezi, of course. But I shouldn't gossip. If there's anything Rezi and I can do for you, let us know. I will. Thank you for your kindness, Andres. It's nothing. I owe your father more than I can say. Take care, Magdalene. Hello, Mistress Druckerine. How is Klaus? Andres and I have been terribly worried. Dad's spirits are high, but he still gets headaches and spells of dizziness. If there's anything we can help you with, let us know. Andres is always ready to provide. He and Klaus have been friends for a long time. If you don't mind, you weren't born in Tassing, am I right? No, I'm originally from Innsbruck. How did you arrive here? The twists of Providence are sudden and unpredictable. I was but a young girl selling all manner of wares at the market, pots and the like. One day, this man appears at the stall, all jitters and nervous, stammering over his words, but charming in a way. We spoke at length. I was intrigued and soon enamored, as if a candle had been lit. Andres is a man of talent and means, after all, blessed with a kind soul. How did it feel to leave your home for someone, somewhere far away, uprooting yourself from the life you had? Frightening, to be sure, leaving Innsbruck, my friends and family behind. But it was exciting as well, going off to find new opportunities and build a new life. There wasn't much I had to look forward to in Innsbruck. Few prospects for a poor girl. I couldn't see myself sitting at the market, continuing to sell odds and ends. Sometimes there are risks we just have to take. That's very inspiring, Rosie. I'm glad you found happiness here. We all struggle in this world, but the moments of joy outweigh the bad. It's how God has set the world, his benevolence guiding us through it all. I feel I've been blessed, and it's not been all bad for Andres either. I assist him with the bookkeeping side of the smithy and other things. Thank you for telling me about your past. It's nothing, Magdalene. I hope it has provided you with some encouragement. Don't forget you are important as well, and deserve to live your life. Alright, I have to assist Andres with a few things. Be well, Magdalene. Until later, Therese. Oh, I'm so happy that I, as Andres, encouraged Andres to go get her. Magdalene, dear. Good day, Magdalene. Hi. How is your father? He's doing better, I think. You have my prayers. You'll need them with Warner on the case. Anna, do not speak ill of the good doctor. He's doing his best. He's a bitter, washed-up drunkard. Everyone knows it. We all have eyes. Yet we ought to trust and believe in him. It may inspire him to be better. Hasn't he had enough time to become better? We're all always growing and becoming more as people, Magdalene. Tell that to whoever he gets killed with his incompetence. No matter. I'm just glad to be sitting down for a moment. I'm so tired. Andreas and Ulrich can wear down even the most vigorous person. Not even young Otts could keep up with those two. The blessing and the curse of small children. Mom. Ulrich, is she all right? Oh yes, she wanted to run off and hide so I could find her. After I've caught my breath for a moment. I don't think she appreciates me taking this long. You're not playing along, Andreas. Hiding like your sister. No. This young man won't lose sight of his mom. Say, Magdalene, could you perhaps go find Ulrich in my stead? Of course, I'd be delighted. Wonderful, she's somewhere in town, although I'm not sure where by now. She ran up the street toward the bakery. I imagine you can find her by the giggling. By the giggling? Oh, by her giggling. I thought that the giggling was like a place. Ha ha ha. I'll be off then. Alright, this is my house, right? No, this is the Krautzer house. Oh, there's Otts. Hey, Mags. Got your way with the mural, huh? I didn't expect you to convince the council like that. I can be pretty stubborn when I want to, Otts. Clearly, I'm impressed. The rest of the council has been arguing over the matter for so long, even I couldn't get a word in. Then you come in and shut them up in a few minutes. We could use more women like you in the town. There are plenty of opinionated women in town. Want to let us join the council? Huh, well, you'd have to take that up with the Lord. Besides, I don't think any of them are as hard-headed as you. You're the exception, Magdalene. You always are. Clearly, you've forgotten about Agnes. She doesn't suffer fools gladly. That's not what I meant. She's not... Oh, never mind. Forget about it. Anyway, standing up to the council like that was great. I know I'm not on the I'm on the council, but sometimes it doesn't feel like I have any influence. That actually seems insecure. He may be an ass sometimes. But I don't like to see him upset. Maybe I should reassure him. You do, though. You vouched for me to do the mural in the first place. Only after your dad did. I still feel bad about that. I should have stuck up for you. Being the youngest one on the council has been harder than I thought. I know Baltus and Werner don't think I'm capable, and even Paul has warned me about not being too rash. My dad trying to make a difference in this town. All I'm trying to do is carry on his legacy, but it seems like the others won't make room for any change. Keep pushing, Otts. They're stuck in the past, but we're looking toward the future of Tassing. Thanks, Mags. Magdalene. It'll take some time, but maybe they'll listen to me eventually. Ah, well, better get back to it. See you later, Mags. I like arts. I think I might try to get them together. Of course, what you need. Ott says you've been obsessed with your painting. I'm looking into the early history of tasking for the first part of the mural. Mother Illuminata said your grandfather read about the history of the town. Ah, fertile fields, that is. Seemed like old pot shards and Latin trivia were all he ever talked about. All of Granddad's reading came from the Abbey Library, though, and you know what happened there. Poof, up in smoke. So you don't have any of his old books? Only a few. Granddad tried to buy some when the Abbey fell on hard times, but they were too expensive. But I can show you something better than books. Anything would help. Right, so we don't have any books on the old pagans, but we do have their stuff. Shards of ceramic pots and animals, bricks from what looked to be an old forge, mountains of salt. Even found a little bear carved from amber. Where did you find all this stuff? It's not just me. Carl finds things, Fabian too. Any farmer would tell you the same. It's all out there in the fields, under the dirt. Can't go one season without turning up something. Where are you keeping these things? Nowhere. We just toss them into piles with the rest of the rocks and root clumps. Sure, it's interesting, but we can't do much of anything with the stuff except look at it. What do you think it all means? I don't follow. How do you think these people lived? Rough, I'd say, but comfortable. We don't find much of their clothes or their houses, so they must have rotted. I guess that would mean that they were living in huts. But the tools are good quality. If they weren't rusted all to hell, I could probably use them today. I don't know why, but I assume they'd live in caves or in the muck. They weren't Christians, no doubt about that, but they weren't animals either. I'd say they had it hard, but they got by. Not so different from today, really. Earlier you mentioned something about salt. Did the pagans start the mine? Had to have, I'd say. Most people think it was a Roman project, but I think the Romans just dug out what was already there. That's why tasking was so important to the Romans in the first place. Salt. I'd always wondered why they settled in such a small alpine town. Do you think there's anything left of the pagans down there? I don't know, but anything they left would have to be preserved than what we dig up out on the fields. Magdalene, tell me you aren't thinking of going down there. What if that stuff could help me with the mural? Magdalene. That mine is hundreds of years old. You could break your neck just getting in there. Orpheus made it back from the underworld, didn't he? I'll be fine. Maybe so, but he mocked the gods and failed in his quest, Magdalene. Don't take him as an example. Imagine how your dad would feel if you got hurt. Then help me get down safely, and you won't have to worry. You're bullheaded just like your mother. And your father. Probably couldn't keep you out of there if I tried. Please, Till. All right. Don't know how to get down there myself, but I know those twins have gotten it a time or two. No doubt they have a trick. And Baltus might not be the most reliable man, but I don't doubt he could rig something up for you too. Thank you, Till. Don't mention it. I'm serious. Don't. This has been a big help. Glad to spread some knowledge around. Important for folks to know their past. You think all this pagan stuff will make it in the mural? I can bring some of the things the boys and I have found over to the rat house tomorrow, if that'd help at all. That would be great. I'm glad you're taking an interest, Magdalene. I thought no one cared about the pagans but me and Granddad. I should warn you, if you do head into the forests, keep an eye out for the Lord's men. They're strict, worse now than they used to be. I'll be careful. Until tomorrow. Until then. Magda, darling, Ott isn't here, I'm afraid. I wasn't looking for him. No? Are you sure? I think he wandered off toward the rat house. Something about the counselor, but if you ask me, I think he's looking for you. That's sweet of him. He has been dropping by the rat house more often of late. He's quite fond of you. I'm surprised he has any time to visit, though. He's always working on town council business these days, and he's still working at mastering carpentry, too. I suggested a few years ago they take up an apprenticeship, but he was determined to remain in Tassing. I think he's more comfortable here, even if that means he'll never be the craftsman Otto was. I help him how I can, but there's only so much I know how to do. Besides, I think he feels like he's taking care of me instead of the other way around. Funny how time does that. I would jump at the chance to leave Tassing if... Oh, no, I don't like that. I think Dad misses Mom, even after all these years. Do you ever miss Otto? Every day. I see him in the little things Otts does, the way he smiles or how he laughs. I miss my husband, but I'm proud of Otts. He's growing into a capable young man. I'm excited to see him grow into a husband and father. He'll make a wonderful partner. Whoever he marries will be a lucky woman. It's about that time to start finding a match, too. It's wonderful that God blessed Indris with a wife, at least, but I'd rather not have Otts be in his position. Better to marry earlier while he can raise a family. Anyway, I'm sure you have things to do. I'll let you get back to them. Alright, I already was at the farm, and I got the book, which I'm super excited about. That's my house. What's up, baby? Oh, God bless you, Magdalene. And you, Father Thomas. You look troubled. What's the matter? I seem to have lost the key to the tabernacle. Without it, we'd have to go without the Eucharist on Sunday. I think there's birds, under my air conditioner outside, and Stella can hear them and she keeps barking at them. I'm sure I could find a way to get the tabernacle open. The lock shouldn't be that complex. Absolutely not. I won't have you picking your way into the tabernacle. Even for a righteous purpose, I don't like the prospect of it. Why on earth do you know how to pick locks, Magdalene? Bolt has taught me, sometimes the mechanisms in his inventions get stuck. I have to fix them. I suppose that makes sense. Use that talent wisely, Mr. Strucker, and... Regardless, I won't have you forcing your way into the tabernacle. I'll find that key eventually. I won't leave Tassing's sanctification at risk. I'll keep an eye out for it, Father. Thank you, Magdalene. Please, let me know if you have any ideas as to where it might be. God bless you. Where could the key be? Oh, I wonder if Sister Amelie has seen the tabernacle key anywhere. I should talk with her. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Sister Amelie. Excuse me. What brings you to the church this time of day? Lighting another votive candle for your father. I was hoping to speak with you, sister. Have you seen Father Thomas's tabernacle key anywhere where he's misplaced it? I'm afraid I have not. Everything in the church has been as it should be. Though I did hear the two Gertner children come in last evening. I did not rise, but I heard their whispering for a moment. They left as suddenly as they came. Why didn't you say anything? I didn't think anything of it. Most people come into the church throughout the week. This is a sacred space, and the people of Tassing respect it as such. They respect my privacy in this place, and I respect theirs. I see. I've seen the twins come into confession more than most of the young folk in Tassing. Their intentions last night may have been pure. If not, however, it would be Christian to remind them that theft is against the Lord's commandments. Of course, I might go have a chat with them. I advise that you do what you feel is right in your heart. Thank you, sister. God bless you. I like Amelie. Oh, I don't really play video games. I'm so excited that you can actually come. First time in chat. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Father Thomas. Any luck finding the tabernacle key? Alas, no, it remains out of reach. I'm sure it'll turn up eventually. Alright. I'm gonna not tattle on them. I'm gonna see if I can find it myself. Hi, Paul. Good morning. How's the mural coming along? Well, I think I'm off to start the first part of the mural today. I'll paint the founding of Tassing in the Romans. Well, you won't, well, you won't want for any models. Tassing is littered with Roman ruins. It's almost a nuisance. What sort of mural are you creating, Magdalene? I believe Klaus was planning on a fresco. Oh, you have lurked here before. I didn't know that. I don't really play video games. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for your first comment. I hope you're doing well. Well, I'll start with the intonaccio and then paint the fresco over it so that I have a clear consistency. Ah, I see. Do you have enough plaster? The rat house wall is so large. I was worried it wouldn't stay wet for long. Since when did the town millers know so much about art? It's been an interest of mine since childhood, but my father disapproved. After my mother and I left Tassing, we stayed with her family for a few months before we heard what happened. Your father's friend, Andreas, he encouraged me to draw. While we were away, I studied in my uncle's library. I've collected books about various art styles since we returned. Ooh, what's Unravel about? Oh wait, is that the, like, yarn game? I had no idea, Paul. Why didn't you want to paint the mural yourself? I'm not nearly as skilled as you or your father. I know I had my doubts about you taking on the project, Magdalene, but you're the most skilled artist in Tassing. After your father, of course. Ah, well, anyway, I'm glad the mural is going well. Forgive my sudden questioning about it. I've been so busy preparing for the next town meeting, I haven't had as much time with Anna as usual. She says I get a bit frantic when I'm overwhelmed. Is the council working on something new? We're considering yearly maintenance checks on every house in Tassing. The idea's had quite a bit more pushback than we'd anticipated. New ideas always face some kind of opposition. I don't think you should let that stop you. Thank you, Magdalene. I understand the hesitation. Folk like to look after their own homes, their own land. But this would help protect those in Tassing who don't have the skill to fix things themselves. Widows like Agnes or Gret. In any case, the matter is far from resolved. I imagine spring will come before anything is actually done. I had better get back to work. Thank you for letting me interrupt your day, Magdalene. God bless you. Until later, Paul. Sneaking into people's houses. I find it funny that people are like up in arms, like, oh, people are gonna come into other people's houses, where meanwhile I just go into people's houses all the fucking time and nobody says shit. Oh, I want to go back to the melee thing. Ooh, didn't mean to knock my mic. Ursula. Oh, she's not saying hi. Neither of them are saying hi. How rude. Alright, I've talked to Father Thomas. Where's the map saying I should go? I think I want to go to the salt mine real quick. See if I can find the twins. Oh, hello, Magdalene. Nico, what are you doing out here? Biding my time, contemplating life, and the forest at this cold time of year. I like the calm and the chill. Makes me feel lively. I'm not looking forward to returning to the inn either. Why is that? You don't know? Everyone in town's been whispering about us for years. Lately, Hannah and I fight more days than not. So I walk in the woods to clear my head. What happened between you two? We lied to each other, fostered resentment, grew apart. It's a tale as old as matrimony. Truth be told, I'm not expecting much from it. Maybe you young folk are smarter than we were at your age. We were in love once, I think. It's been so long, I hardly remember. Well, I was in love. I would have suffered any slight for her, even that fucking Miller. At least Lenhart died in the revolt, but that didn't stop Hannah from disgracing our marriage. I swallowed my pride and let it go on because I thought it would make her happy. But I shouldn't talk to you about this. You've caught me in a weak moment, Magdalene. Maybe it's not appropriate, but I'm listening anyway. Kind of you. Perhaps if I were a better man, Hannah would still love me. We're too old to change now. She's too stubborn. I'm too weak. It's pointless. You and Hannah managed to raise a kind man in Killian despite all that. Killian is a good boy, a diligent son. He deserved a better father. I failed him too. Now you're just feeling sorry for yourself. You would be sorry too if you were me. I'm sorry I burdened you with this. Please, don't tell your father. Don't worry, I won't. Sometimes you have to keep things from our family. But it's bad for the soul, isn't it? Lying. Until later, Nico. Until then. Oh, poor depressed man. Hello, is there something I can do for you? Knives need sharpening. I'm Magdalene Druckerlin. Are you a friend of Smokey's? I'd like to think so. I'm Vaxlav. I'm a tinker, travel around and help people out with sharpening knives, little things like that. Druckerlin, are you a printer's daughter? My father and I are both printers. Do you sample the wares much? As often as I can. Vaxlav, don't. You're going to get in trouble again. Trouble from me? No, not you, Mistress Druckerin. This one can't help but talk to people about all the strange things he believes. He reads all sorts of books, talks to odd folks, gets ideas brewing in his head. Now that doesn't bother old Smokey none. Bothers some other people a whole lot. It doesn't bother me any. Well, if it doesn't bother you, and it doesn't bother old Smokey, sounds like there's nothing to worry about. Fine, you get run out of here again, don't blame me. Again? Do I want to know what happened? A long time ago, I got into an argument with some people in town. They told Father Thomas. To his credit, he told them to let it go, but somehow an inquisitor found out. Anyway, I had to leave for a while. So, books, strange ideas? Yes, the host, the Eucharist, the bread and wine, body and blood of Christ. Holy Communion, what about it? More and more people are writing about rejecting transubstantiation. The idea that the bread and wine of the Eucharist literally become the body and blood of Christ. Here we go. Yes? Well, there are two ways to look at it. The first is on the grounds that Wycliffe and Hughes rejected it. Using our eyes, our senses, there's nothing perceptible that changes in the character in the bread and the wine. I suppose that's true. Good, but there is also a second point. Even if the bread and wine turn to Christ's body and blood, why is that necessary for spiritual communion? We are bound by flesh, attempting to reunite with the light of God through the Eucharist. The act, the observance, unites our will with that of Christ. He is present in us through the remembrance, not the physical act. So what does that matter? Are you saying we shouldn't take communion? No, there's nothing wrong with taking communion as a rite or act. But if you accept what I'm saying, there are other things I'd like to discuss. I'm not listening to any of this. Are you ready to hear why it's important to disbelieve in transubstantiation? Sure, why not? I'll admit I hope for some more enthusiasm regarding the fate of our souls, but all right. This all starts with Lucifer creating the world. God was the Word, and the Word was truth, and truth is light. The light is God's will. God's light contained aspects, what we consider angels, facets of his infinite intellect. One of these aspects separated itself from his intellect and manifested in darkness, the corrupt will, Lucifer. Within that darkness, Lucifer cast his false light, a corrupted imitation of the divine intellect to create the world. All material in our world is inherently a corrupted manifestation of that false light. We still have a connection to God through our intellect, but it is flawed by existing in our physical bodies. Was Jesus flawed by being a man even though he was born of a virgin? He was not born of a virgin. I'm not hearing any of this. And it would not matter if he were. Lucifer was a rebellious splinter of God's will. The Christ appeared when God willed his divine intellect into Jesus. But you said the physical bodies were corrupt. Yes, but while we are the heirs of Lucifer's rebellious intellect, Christ received wisdom from the light of God himself. He didn't truly die and was truly resurrected in body. But his appearance was only important for him to convey the message of salvation to the people. In truth, resurrection is always happening, since if we die without grace, our souls are condemned to be reborn. This physical world is the only hell we know, living again and again the only torment. So how do we escape it? Regular prayer, abstention from material desires, sublimation and elimination of want. That just sounds like being a monk. No, priests and monks both are corrupt agents of the business of the church. I agree with that. They have taken the simplicity of holy devotion and profaned it with pageantry. The saints too, all this talk of Moritz and Seisha and miracles, they're just stories. The church has led people astray, with the hope of people in meaningless rituals, faith in relics. You have some interesting ideas, Vaxlav. I'm glad you think so. I've spent a lifetime thinking about them. Anyway, thank you for indulging me, Magdalene. Of course. Until later. Alright, what do you have to say, old Smokey? Good day, Mr. Struckerin. I've told you, Smokey, call me Magdalene. Old habits, I suppose. What brings you to my corner of the woods? More gossip? Only ancient gossip. I was wondering if you knew anything. Well, yes, actually, but first I want to ask you about the old salt mines. The mines? Is this a new interest of yours, Magdalene? I don't see the townsfolk trek out there as much anymore. Last I saw were those two twins making trouble. They knew a way in, but I'll be damned if I ever set foot in close to that place. What are you so interested in over there? The mural in the rat house needs a section about the earliest days of Tassing. The mines are the oldest part of Tassing. And you keep a keen ear. I thought you might have heard something. I don't know about getting down into the mines, but I do know a few stories about them, and the other Roman ruins around here. The old stories my father used to tell me when he was the burner of Tassing. The one about Mars and Tassia, the nymph, was always my favorite, though I blame that on my youth. Tassia? Like, Tassing? Folk named the town after a pagan god, a Roman one at that. I don't mind telling you the tale, Magdalene, but I warn you, it's a bit bawdy. I've read plenty of Roman myths. I'm sure none of it will surprise me. Maybe not, but I won't have your father hounding me for coarseness. Folk in this town don't like me anyhow. But I'll tell the decent bits of what I remember. Alright, what's the story? Well, legend says that Mars was hunting in these woods and spied a fat boar for the taking. He just pulled back his spear when he heard a woman scream in terror. Of course, the creature ran off, and the god was angry at the loss of his quarry. So he trampled through the woods to see why a woman was in the forest and not in the local town. Why would a god be hunting in Tassing's forest? How should I know? Maybe he just wanted a brisk walk. Besides, should anything the gods do make sense? These were the old days when spirits and ghosts proud. What do you mean proud? Proud, like spirits and other evil things do. I can't just say they walk through the woods like you or me. They prowled. All right, keep going. So Mars found a nymph, Tassia, bathing in a spring with a fat, ugly satyr goading her from the shore. Enraged at seeing the trapped nymph, Mars transformed into a wolf and slew the satyr. And in return, well, Tassia bathed the god. Aha, I get it. They bathed. I did warn you, Magdalene. When Mars left the pool, he dripped into the ground, and it blossomed with flowers and crops. They say that's why this valley is so fertile. Huh, Mars got around, didn't he? Was there any nymph he didn't have his way with? Huh, he was the god of virility, wasn't he? You can see why. I liked that tale in my youth. So much of what the Romans left behind was destroyed over the years, but I like that we still have those tales. You can never really destroy stories as long as there are people to tell them. Of course, the Romans left a hell of a lot behind too. The town is more Roman than Bavarian, really. Because of how long it was a Roman colony, that and how much of the town is built upon the Roman foundations. Tassing is actually much smaller now than it was in the Romans' days. At least that's what I make of it. The ruins go deep into the forest, and all the way to the old mine. Half of Tassing is built on Roman stone. Take a walk around town and you'll start noticing things. We use their stone to build. The old temple by Sasha's shrine has grown over, but the aqueduct runs for miles. Even the abbey used to be an old Roman fort. You can see some of the Roman paved stones under the road if you look hard. We may not be Roman, but this town is. Tassing has been building upon itself for hundreds of years. What a beautiful idea. That's the way of things. Most people don't notice the old stones. Too busy in town to notice what's right in front of their eyes. Maybe I should go look at the mine. I'd get a better sense of what things were actually like. Nothing will stop you, I see. Well, I won't either. Just keep an eye out for wolves or satyrs that you might see down there, huh? I'll let you know if I see any. Thanks for your help. Good luck. Oh, I did actually. I've come across a rather curious piece of news. Have you now? What might that be? Father Thomas is missing his tabernacle key. I must admit, Magda, I was expecting something a little more, well, more. Sister Amelie heard the twins come into the church last night. Now the key's gone missing. Now that is interesting. And you wager the twins took the key? Yes, but I don't know why. Have you heard anything? Nothing from them, no. But I did see those two running around today near the pond. Could ask them what they're up to. How curious. I suppose I should go have a chat with them. I suspect such a conversation would be most enlightening. Whatever you choose, Magdalene, I wish you the best of luck. Thanks, Smokey. I'll see you later. Oh, Smokey. Old Smokey Joe. Oh, there's Apollo. Oh, hey, Magdalene, what's up? Can you show me how you and Artemis got into the Sart mine? The mine? Why? It's all gross and creepy. I need to get down there and see what the pagans and Romans left behind. I need references for my mural. Oh, the mural. I would ask Artemis about that. She's pretty protective of the mine. But can't you just show me? Artemis doesn't have to know. Haha, she'll find out. She finds everything out. Sorry, Magdalene. If she says yes, I'll show you later. What are you doing here anyway? Looking for frogs. Artemis says she saw one the other day, and we're trying to collect a bunch. What do you need frogs for? Like, I'll tell you. You'll snitch. If you don't tell me, maybe I will snitch. Your mother won't be happy to hear about whatever you're up to. Artemis always says Mom doesn't care. Mom yells, but that's about it. Sorry, Magdalene. I can't risk this one. Try asking Artemis. Damn. So many secrets. Oh, there's Artemis. Oh, hey, Magdalene. Do you need something? I'm a little busy right now. Still catching frogs? Damn it, Apollo. He can't keep his fat mouth shut. What do you want, Magdalene? I want to see what our forefathers and the Romans left behind. It's for the mural. The mural? You want to use our secret hideout for your mural? I want to see if they left anything down there I could use as a reference. You're really into that whole rat house project, aren't you? Why should I show you how to get in? I know you took Father Thomas. No. Please, Artemis, I won't go never again. I just need your help this once. Just like you said you never asked to borrow my favorite scarf again. I need a guarantee, Magda. Look, I'll show you how to get into the mine on one condition. You help Apollo and me with our next prank. No telling, no stitching, no questions asked. Fine, tell me what you're up to. Father Thomas has been droning on and on about the plagues of Egypt, right? Apollo and I are collecting frogs to hide in the tabernacle. When Father Thomas opens it on Sunday, frogs will go everywhere. Why in the world do you want to do that? Father Thomas keeps saying Apollo and I are on this path of the rebellious Egyptians with frogs and locusts. We're gonna prove him right and summon a bunch of frogs en masse. So, what do you want me to do? We stole the tabernacle key, but we need to put it back before he notices. You want me to put the key back? Precisely. Look, we stole the key early to make sure it was the right one. We'll steal it again once we actually stuff the frogs in there, but in the meantime, it needs to go back. I need you to replace the key on the altar in the church. Apollo and I would attract too much attention, but you're the town's goody-goody. I'm not that bad, am I? Well, not entirely. It's your fault, Otsmoon. It's not your fault Otsmoon's over you. The council lets you get away with anything. Anyway, will you do it? I'll get you into the mine if you do. All right. Give me the key. Perfect. Good luck, Magdalene. Let me know when it's done. All right, cool. What do I have to do with the old salt mine? A pig out here? It must have broken out of its pen. I wonder who it belongs to. If I wanted to pick the mural as accurately as possible, I have to get the mine shaft myself. The entrance is so steep. No one's used it in years. There must be some way to get down there. If I rigged a rope to the top beams, I'd be able to get down more easily. I saw some rope in the workshop at home. I should be able to find everything I need there. I'll have to come back later. Also, I have multiple ways to get into the mines. 'Cause I'm smart. SMRT smart. Hey, Mags. Artemis says you were catching frogs. Yeah, what about it? I just thought you might want to know Father Thomas is usually out around midday. You can sneak in the church then. Oh, thanks, Mags. I'll let Artemis know. She's the one setting up that part of the plan. If you get caught, I'm not part of this, all right? Yeah, no problem. We won't get caught. All right, let me... Can't talk to him. Oh, Nico's upstairs. Ugh, and so's Werner. Magdalene, tell me something. All right. Why was I cursed with a life in Tassing? Why does this pathetic little Hamlet have to offer a man like me? Tell me, Magdalene. I don't know. What is it you think you deserve? I was destined for the court of kings, not a town full of peasants who churn out more of themselves than the rabbits in the meadow. A town where craftsmen, learned men like myself, Baltus, even your father, have their minds wasted. And in a few decades, we will be dead, and Tassing will forget us all. God doesn't care. He never cared for me. He deserted us all when the Abbey was destroyed. If he even exists. You don't deserve this place if you can't see its worth. Just a gaggle of fools and churls. You know, I've tried to do what's best for all, but none of you listen. It's only argue, argue, argue. You, Klaus, Jorg, Baltus, gah. I still can't believe you're working with him. You should be at home looking after your father. Pick herbs for whatever provincial remedies you still hold to. Do something you're fit for. I'm going to do nothing less than exactly what I want. It is improper and unnatural. Just like you. I could have found a wife in Nuremberg. It's Tassing that's the problem. Not a woman here ever looked my way. You'll never find a husband with that attitude of yours, girl. Roll your eyes. Tongue-tied the moment someone talks back. Surprise, surprise. If you're determined to be an asshole, I'm going to leave. I have a mural to work on. Do whatever you want, Magdalene. Just don't ruin the mural. Not that it matters anyway. How's your father? He's hanging on, but Dr. Stoltz is concerned that he's not improving. Good. You must make sure that he eats hearty meals. I know the season makes it difficult, but he needs the best of what you have in storage if he's to heal. I'll send Nico over with a few of our good apples later. Well, that was nice. You may have cheated on your husband a bunch, but you're giving me apples. God bless you, Father Thomas. I found your missing key. Oh, you found it. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Magdalene. Where did you find it, if I may ask? On the grass outside of the church. It must have slipped from your pocket. Just outside the church. But I looked there already. These eyes of mine must be getting old. Thank you for returning the key to me, Magdalene. You may have saved the whole town from severe consequences. Oh, it was no trouble, truly. You truly are growing to a godly young woman. I know your father is very proud of you. God bless you, Magdalene. Until later, Father. Alright, I gave the key back. What are my other goals right now? Oh, I should report back to Artemis. Have I been in the Steinhauer house? I guess not. Good morning, Magdalene. Brisk weather today, isn't it? And still Kraft is out there working with Father Thomas to repair the church. I worry about the boy sometimes. He works a stone, but I'm not always sure he has his mind set on it. Masonry is a good trade. Everyone needs a stonemason now and then to repair things. That they do. Lucky always harped on about how being honest and trustworthy is the most valuable currency. How in this life, hard work and reputation matter the most. Kraft has taken that to heart, I think. He does a lot of good for the town. I've offered to find an apprenticeship for him, but he won't make his damn mind up. He deserves a chance at the life he wants. He's lived in his father's shadow for too long. He's a good man, Agnes. You should be proud. Thank you, Magdalene. I've done my best for the household, despite what's happened in the past few decades. Well, you didn't come here to hear me ramble about my father, or my family. What can I do for you? I thought you might have some additional remedies for my father. Oh, Werner's not good enough. I understand Klaus's condition is dire, but I thought Werner would be able to provide something. I know it won't save him, but I still want to try everything I can. Every little bit helps. I understand. Let me see what I can whip up. I can't promise anything, but God willing, I provide some help. Of course, Magdalene. Take care. Yeah, I trust Magdalene more than I trust what's-his-face. Magdalene, darling. Good morning, Gret. It smells heavenly in here. Oh, haha, I've just finished rolling out some raisin bread. I thought that Andreas and Ulrich would use a treat today. Oh, what a sweet idea. I had some spare time today, and I like to stay busy. The soul of the diligent shall be made rich, after all. Besides, I'd like to drop in on Anna and see my grandchildren. I'm more blessed than I ever imagined I would be. Paul and Anna make such a lovely pair. Ulrich won't believe his eyes if he saw us now. I wish you could see his grandchildren. Ooh, I did find it always strange. I'm sorry that his sacrifices was what needed to bring your families together. As am I, Magda. You know, I was angry when Anna first took a liking to young Paul. He was always a quiet boy, but I was afraid he'd turn out like his father. Well, I needn't have worried. Paul is a good man and a good father. He's built this town back up from what it was. And Elsie dotes on those children more than I do. She's certainly come a long way from the meek woman I met. Really? She seems so kind, though. I can't imagine her as anything else. Ah, well, Lenhart was a hard man to live with. He had a firm hand. You wouldn't know it by how she and Paul are. The kindest souls you'll ever meet. Ah, I've been chatting too long. My doe's not needs tending. Please excuse me, Magdalene. Of course, regrets. Until later. All right, hold on. I'm gonna let my dog out and get some more drinks, so I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Even my dad is talking about the Kate Middleton thing. There's Ulrich. Aha, there you are. You found me. Oh, she has Andreas's hat now. Bet you can't find me again, Mag. I bet I can. Oh, I'm so hiccupy. Oh, the rat house. Girl, you're right there. She's not good at hide and seek. Got you. Aw, you found me again. Wait here. I will find a better spot. Oh, hello, or however you say your name. Magdalene, hello. I was just jotting down a few new ideas. Did you need something? Yes, if you have a moment, I need a way to get into the old salt mine, but I don't have a way down. Can you help me? To get into the salt mine, yes? You must be on quite the adventure. Ideally, we could rig up a double pulley system to lower and raise yourself in the shaft, but that might take a while. Well, I would like to go in today if possible. Of course. Would a good length of rope suffice? You could brace against the wall of the mine shaft. Are you strong enough to support your own weight? Against the wall? I think so. Excellent. Thank you, Baltus. Of course. Here you go. Do be careful, though. Make sure the ropes are secure. I will. Until later. All right. I have found 3 different ways to get into that mine shaft. Now I have to find that little girl again. Little girl, where is that little girl? Oh, there you are. You can't hide from me, little bean. You're too good, Mag. I will go find Mom now. Oh, I was hoping I'd get a, award for going all over the damn place looking for her. What was I say? Are they not over here still? Ah, there you are. Had enough of hiding, Ulrich? Yes. Magda found me so quick. She's a good finder. No one can escape me, little one. I'll hide better next time. I'm hungry now. We'll have to get you something to eat then, little dove. Pretzel? Oh, is that what a proper child eats? Thank you for your time, Magdalene. Always glad to play with the children, but I really have to go now. I can't wait to see what you'll end up painting. You'll do us proud, I'm sure of that. I hope so. Until later. Alright. I think I did everything I can. Yeah, I just have to get into the mine shaft right now. Oh, wait, I want to get a second thing of rope. This is my house, right? Rope, rope, rope. Can always use some rope. But I want to, take what's-her-face up on the offer. Oh, I can't go this way. God damn it. Oh, wait, not even that way. I'm supposed to go, this way. Hey, Max, how's your errand going? I gave the key to Father Thomas. I told him I found it outside the church. He didn't suspect anything. Ha! Well, I suppose that works. All right, as promised, Apollo and I will show you how to get into the mine. Come on, follow me. Are you sure you want to do this, Magdalene? There's some creepy things down there. Who knows how many people have died in those mines? Right, it's probably haunted. You should back out now. While you still can. You two don't scare me. I'm going down there. All right, but you can't blame us if a ghost gets you. You were warned. Anyway, it's not that bad as long as you know where to put your feet. We do it all the time. Come on, let's go get on with it. I don't want to get in trouble again. Fine, fine. Start with your feet on the inner ledge, Magdalene, and then look for ledges that look like shelves. All right, here goes. Don't forget to move your hands down before your feet so you don't slip. Hike your skirt a little so you don't get it caught too. It's easier that way. Wait, the missing rung. Oh, right, there's a missing rung near the bottom. Watch your step or you'll fall. Uh-huh, like this idiot. Why'd you have to say that? Why do you always have to embarrass me? All right, I got it, thanks. Perfect. I did it! I'm at the bottom! Good job, Magdalene. Good luck doing whatever you're doing down there. Hope you don't die, Magdalene. Climbing out might be trickier. Oh well, time to look around. There are a lot of different coins down here. How odd. It's not like this is a saint's well. Oh, a tablet. There's still some writing on it. Oh, it's a poem. I think it's a love note. I can't read this. Hee. I'm just gonna say, oh, that's cute. Oh, this looks like a larger version of some of Baltus's contraptions. This winch must have been attached to some sort of hauling and pulley system. Fascinating. Now that I'm down here, I should see what I can find from the Roman era and before. Old bones. They're far too big to be human. That's what must have scared Apollo so much. Ooh. Oh, a piece of pottery. It's beautiful. What's this? This pottery is scattered everywhere. Another piece. I wonder if they're all the same pot. Oh, a cave-in. The wood here looks newer than the first part of the mine. Was this collapse recent? Alright, let's look at some of these side tunnels. Oh, another piece. There's a Latin inscription here. Tassia, give me water, or Pluto, preserve me. This salt is drying me to death. Yikes, doesn't sound like working down here was pleasant. Oh, I can go down here. Oh, this looks like a Roman map of Tassing. I wonder what's changed. Let's see if I can map everything out. There's an aqueduct and the spring. The abbey was an old fort up on the hill. And there's the rest of the town. Wait, what's this building? I don't recognize it. Mithraeum. I don't recognize that word from any of my books. I can't quite tell what it's meant to label on the map. Maybe some sort of temple. Well, whatever it is, it's not in Tassing now. That's so odd. Another inscription. It's not very formal. A worker must have carved it. Late Tis's soul ascended in the Mithraeum. My soul will descend in this damned hall of salt. Christ, that's rough. Mithraeum, like a temple to Mithras. Oh, another shard. This almost looks like an altar, but what would an altar be doing in a salt mine? It's even carved out of the salt. I think it's the statue of Mithras. He's usually depicted with a dagger and torch. It's less detailed than I expected. More pottery. More Latin writing. If we cannot enter the Mithraeum, we will make our own altar to the gods. There's that word again. Mithraeum. It must have been an important place for the Romans. Oh, I can't run here. Running, 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 running. Now let's go into this part of the cave. Ooh, pottery, pottery. I want to collect all the pottery. What is this? Oh, these must be the same kind of figurines Till and the other farmers find in the fields. To think there are so many remnants of our ancestors scattered in fields and caves like this. Oh, Spooky Walda, thank you for the follow. Another shard of pottery. I have a lot of these pottery pieces. I should find out if they're all from the same pot. Puzzle time. Ooh. How about you there? It looks like the top. It's definitely over here somewhere. Ooh, that fits perfectly right there. Hello, hello, coming in before Jack and I hang out for a bit. Yes, welcome. I am Scholastica, the Ren Fair drag queen VTuber. And right now I'm just playing this game called Pentiment, which I really like. Oh, I wish I could whatever. Oh yeah, that works. No, it doesn't go there. Oh, this probably goes where that one is. I see. Oh, but this would go there. There? No, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look right either. Maybe down there? Yeah, that definitely goes there. I think this... Yeah, that goes there. Are you the one holding the dagger? Yes. This doesn't fit there, though. Unless this is upside down? That doesn't look right either. Oh, wait, no. That goes like this. Interesting. I do love a good puzzle. Got it! The figures on this pot lid look like they're telling a story. These paintings must depict an early myth, even before the Romans. Let's see. This must be Perchta, and those must be forest spirits. Part of the wild hunt? Oh god, the next part looks like a human sacrifice. Someone, maybe a chieftain, is sacrificing a man to Perchta. The bottom half of the lid continues the story. These look like spirits. They must be coming to feast on the sacrifice. That must be how our ancestors tried to keep Tassing safe. They offered sacrifices to Perchta. To think that our ancestors made this and I'm holding it now, maybe this is what I could paint in the mural. I'll have to think more about it before I can decide for certain. Alright, I better keep going before I run out of oil in my lamp. I won't be able to go any further with all this rubble. I suppose this is as far as I can go. Still, the murals on the wall show me what Tassing was like when the Romans were here. I wonder if I can find out where this Mithraeum was, or what it is. After putting the pottery shard back together, showed one of the earliest stories of Tassing. I think I've seen everything I can down here, and my oil is running out. Time to climb back out. I did love our little sojourn into this cave. Oh! Ah! Wait, who's that? Hello? Is someone there? Oh! Someone's trying to kill me! I better get out of the shaft before another rock comes crashing down. Who can it be now? Who was that? Even Apollo and Artemis would have helped me out of here. Well, now that I have some more information, I can make some decisions on the first section of the mural. I should get back to the rat house and get to work. Go to the rat house. I wonder whose pig that is. Who the fuck is this? You! Yes? I'm Heather Brant, the Lord's gamekeeper. Why are you grazing pigs in the wood? I'm the printer's daughter, Magdalene Druckerin. I didn't ask for your name. I asked why you were grazing pigs here. Answer me. Was that you watching me a few minutes ago? That rock almost hit me. Watching you. No, rock? I don't know what you're talking about. Now answer me. Do I look like I raise pigs? You look like a little girl who's going to be in a lot of trouble if she doesn't answer my question. That's not my pig. I've been walking around this forest for hours. Other than the charcoal burner and the tinker, you're the only other person I've seen. If that pig doesn't belong to you, what are you doing here? I'm with Child, and I just had a craving for acorns. It's almost funny how many women have tried giving me the same excuse. All right, let me ask a different question. Whose pig is this? I don't know. The pig was in the woods when I came in here. A mysterious lost pig who apparently belongs to no one. I suppose so. Oh my god! If I find any more pigs in the woods, I'll kill them on the spot. And that's who brought them here. And those who brought them here. Do you understand? Yes. Good. Remind your neighbors what happens when you break the Lord's laws. What a dick! I knew the Lord's men patrolled these woods, but I've never seen one before. I didn't realize they were so strict. I suppose I should consider myself lucky. Anyway, time to get out of the woods and back to the rat house. That poor piggy. It wasn't doing anything. Rude. Alright, I can't talk to you. Yeah, that guy is a pig hater, live or die. So mean. I guess the only place I can go right now is the rat house. I really want to read the book, but it won't let me. Oh, actually, I want to see if there's any new dialogue at the church before I head to the rat house. Who's this? Oh, hello, Magda. You wouldn't happen to be going to the convent? I wasn't planning to, no. Or I'll just say, perhaps later, what brings you here? I don't know if I should talk about this. I'm, thinking about joining the Poor Clares. I never expected Martha to become a sister. She's always been so timid. This could be a good choice for her. She's the oldest unmarried woman in town. Oh god, I don't know what I should do. Oh, that's a nice idea. You think so? I'm not sure. Be honest, what do I have to look forward to? With Dad's injury and me unwed at 25, older than all the boys in town. If they don't see me as a sister, they see me as a mom. And when Dad dies, not any time soon, God willing, I won't be able to claim the farm. I'll lose my phone, my home. With Anton gone, there's nobody to take it over. What happened to Anton? I understand times are tough, but are you sure this would really make you happy? It would bring me closer to the Lord. Shouldn't we all want that? Why not withdraw from the trials of the world? You know as well as I, it's not safe out here. You could do so much more. You just need to be more ambitious. I wish I were more like you, Magda. But I do not have your passion. I don't even know what I want from life. I wake up, I take care of Dad, I go to church, I sleep. I can't imagine what else there would be. I just exist. It's not enough. But joining the Poor Clares is a lifetime commitment. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Who? I don't think you should join the order. You can't just throw your life away over one bad day. But I wouldn't be throwing my life away, Magdalene. Paul wrote that there is no greater reward than living for Christ. I want to live a life with meaning, and I've always admired the sister's dedication. Besides, if I join the order, Dad won't have to worry about what happens to me. I'll pray about it, but I think it's time to talk to Mother Franziska and the others. So I will gather my courage, what little of it I have. If you think that's best, just be sensible, Martha. I will. Until later, be well. Ooh. Hand is still there. Nobody is in here. And I don't think I can go to the church still. Now that it's all destroyed. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Sister Gertrude. Are you doing all right? Father Thomas told us about your father's attack. You were incredibly courageous to run to Dr. Stolt so quickly, especially when the attacker could have been about. I didn't even think of that. I acted on instinct. I only knew Dad needed help as soon as possible. There's no doubt that the Lord gave you the presence of mind in that moment. I lit an extra votive candle in St. Sasha's shrine for each of you this morning. Thank you, Sister Gertrude. Dad's spirits have been up, but I know he doesn't have much time. Have faith, child. The Lord cares for Klaus, just as he cared for his son. I'll see if I have any psyllium left in the convent. If you blend it with broth or warm wine, it will heal his brain and prevent infection. Thank you, sister. I'm grateful for all the help everyone in Tassing has provided. The church is body of Christ, Magdalene. We are all one community and want to help Klaus before his time. God will turn this for good, no matter what things look like now. God, he sees beyond time itself, but we are constricted by the present. I've been around long enough to see his fruits, even when I thought the devil had burned his fields. Keep faith, Madeline. I'll do my best. God bless you, sister. God bless you, Magdalene. Son of Mousefanger. I like Mousefanger. Oh, Margareta. I don't know if I've talked to Franziska. God bless you, Magdalene. I have been hoping to speak with you. Do you perhaps have a moment? Of course, Mother. How can I help? I had heard that you had taken up the mural in the rat house after your father's terrible attack. Yes, I'm excited to paint the town's history. Your enthusiasm and insistence is most troubling to some people in town. Some people? Yes, Magdalene, myself included. I understand how you must have struggled with your mother's passing while you were so young. Without a maternal figure to guide you, it is no wonder your spirit has wandered and wavered from its nature. My spirit's fine, thanks. The pursuit of such trades is not for women, but men. As Paul writes, God calls women to work at home, not in trades. While supporting your father is laudable, taking on his work is imprudent. There are plenty of young men in Tassing worthy of you, or perhaps you have a different calling. I'd like to offer you a place here among the sisters. Wait, who says I'm troubling? And how did you hear that anyway? Aren't you all stuck up here? Magdalene, your insistence to paint the mural has been the talk of the town. Even the sisters hear something of what affects Tassing. But if you must know, Father Thomas, that dick, suggested that joining the convent may be good for you. I agree with him. You both need to stop. Gossip isn't very Christian, Mother Franziska. Magdalene, that wasn't our intention. We are simply doing our best to look after you. The people have tasks and care for you, Magdalene. Do not forget that. If you do seek guidance, I am always available. God bless you. This bitch. This uppity bitch. Can I go to Martha now and just be like, this bitch, did you know what she said to me? I don't need to go to the inn. Is there anything else? Yeah, it just says to go to the rat house. Yeah, my 2 tasks are the rat house on the book. Hey, snitch. God bless you, Magdalene. But I have a word with you, Father. Of course, Magdalene. What's the matter? I don't take kindly to your gossip with Mother Franziska about me. Magdalene, your work on the mural is no secret. Of course your progress will be the talk of the town. I never meant for my discussion with the abbess to be taken for gossip, Magdalene. However, I am worried about your attitude towards your work. You displayed quite the insistence when you took up the project. An insistence that neither Mother Franziska nor I agree is healthy. Respectfully, Father, I don't believe this is any of your concern. Magdalene, you are severely lacking the wisdom to understand your situation. Your father is in no condition to guide you, and you've gone motherless for most of your life. Mother Franziska and I are merely doing what we think is right. You need some sort of guidance. We agreed that you might be more open to the idea if Mother Franziska presented it. You're a gossip and a meddler, Father. Stop trying to influence my decisions and lead me to my mural. I apologize, Magdalene. I did not mean to overstep my bounds. The Lord called me to act, so I did. Oh, fuck off. Thank you, Father. God bless you, Magdalene. Asshole. I know I'm being rude to him, but I don't care. Oh, Clara stopped by. Magdalene, dear. Hello, Clara. Thank you for helping me look after the house. I can't tell you how much more time this gives me to work on the mural. Oh, it's no trouble. You have your hands full as it is. I know Dad really enjoys the company while I'm working, too. Ah, yes, he sleeps most of the day, but he's been in good spirits whenever I drop in on him. You two keep a clean house, too. Well, aside from the workshop, but I can't blame you for that. I've left that for you to take... I left that to you to take care of. I don't want to damage any of your supplies. Thank you, Clara. Truly, you've been such a blessing to us both. Oh, you're such a dear, Magdalene. God bless you. Can I read the book yet? I want to hear the town gossip. What is that? That's creepy looking. Daddy? Are you okay, Daddy, after you got attacked? I don't know, he's not saying anything yet. Alright, let's go to town. Let's see what's going on at the rat house. Work on mural. Hey, Mags, how's the mural coming along? Magdalene. I'm gonna be for Christ's sake, Otts. What? How many times do I have to tell you? Use my proper name. Oh, right. Sorry. Anyway, Magdalene, how's the mural going? It doesn't look like much yet. No work of art appears significant at the start. You think Michelangelo was born a great sculptor? I suppose not. So, Magdalangelo? What are you doing? I only just finished priming the wall. Now I have to decide what to depict. It's hard to piece together the history of Tassing when it happened so long ago. Since the Abbey Library burned, I can only rely on stories from people around Tassing. Even what I could find out about the Romans and pagans was obscure. I had to go into the old salt mine to find anything. At least now I know what to paint for the first part of the mural. So, what is it? I don't think I want to show the sacrifices. Pottery and tools that the farmers left behind. I kind of like the Greek one. Smokey told me the story about how the god Mars was as a wolf, the nymph Tassia, and how the spring was blessed. Sounds interesting. Is that Christian, though? I might be a little worried Father Thomas will take it the wrong way. So what made you choose the story anyway? I think it will make for the most beautiful artwork. I mean, that's true. If you think so, that seems like a fair enough reason. Still, I think Father Thomas might be upset about Mars and the lady. Thanks for explaining it. Of course, I want you all to understand why I'm making these choices. Well, now that I figured this portion of the mural out, I better start thinking about next section. I'll leave you to it, Magdalene. Good night, Otts. Good night, Magdalene. Six o'clock. Now that I've decided how to depict Tassing's earliest history, I should decide how to paint Curacau's history. Mother Illuminata's letter mentioned that a Matthew Focigny-Sal used to be a brother in Curacao. She said he knew a great deal about the Abbey's history. I should write to him and ask what he remembers. Oh, and I have Esther's letter to answer to. I should write to both of them now, before bed. Oh, before I write, I should read that old book Brigida gave me. Maybe I'll learn something pertinent from the murals. How do I read? I want to read. That book is what started this whole thing. Only says I can write. All right, where to begin? Right, the old book. It was the Baron's before Martin stole it. When the Romans, having conquered the town, built up the walls around it, they established many temples there. This is harder to read than I thought. The book isn't in great shape either, since it's been sitting in a farmer's house for so long. Let's see. Oh, here's a section about the various dedications erected in the town. That might be easier to read. Ergo simulacrum in aga ut Mars nostrum something. I raise a vision in a field so that Mars may behold our work. Huh. Sidit Diana, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to attempt to read the Latin. Diana sat in a place with water oozing up from herself. What does that mean? Let us pray so that he or she may defend the town. None of this really makes any sense. Maybe someone with better Latin than me could help me read it. The book is so big, though. It would take a lot of work. I could ask Sister Gertrude or Baltus for help. Warner, too. He's much better at Latin than anyone else in town. Maybe even Father Thomas, even though Dad warned me not to bother him with secular books. Chances are slim they could help, but it might be worth asking about. I should finish writing my letters first. Mother Illuminata told me that Matthew knew some of the Abbey's early history. He's the Archdeacon of Sion now. I could write to him before the snow comes. I'll write to Esther, too. Most revered Matthew Focigny-Sal, Archdeacon of Sion. My name is Magdalene Druckerin. I'm the daughter of Tassing's town printer, Klaus. My father and I are creating a mural for Tassing's Rat House. We want to show the history of the town and the Abbey. I heard you were the sacristan at Curacao and knew a great deal about the Abbey's early history. I understand you are a busy man, but we would be most appreciative of any information you could give us. If you know of any other places where we might learn about the Abbey's history, we would appreciate it. I know it may be a small comfort, but there are many in Tassing who regret what happened during the revolt. Sister Gertrude is still here with the poor Clares, and she speaks fondly of the old Abbey. Thank you for your help, Magdalene. Esther, please forgive me for not writing sooner. So much has happened since I last wrote. Even as my last letter was en route to you, Dad was attacked in the workshop in the middle of the night. He survived, thank God, but his injuries are terrible. I worry about him. He's so dizzy he can't get out of bed. Some days his eyes become foggy and his memory fails him. Dr. Stoltz said that he's not going to recover, that it's only a matter of time before he succumbs to the injury. Of course, our good doctor is incompetent and a known drunkard, so he's been of little help. I can only pray that between resting and my ministrations, Dad can at least be comfortable. I have no idea who could have wanted to attack my father, or why. I found a note by him, too. All it said was, stop. It wasn't from the shop, because the script was written in the most elaborate hand I've ever seen. No one in Tassing has such skill in script, as far as I know. And anyway, I don't have the time to wonder about it. I've had my hands full running the workshop alone while tending to Dad. What's more, the town council intended to cancel the mural entirely. I had a hell of a time convincing them to let me paint it instead. They made a fuss about me being too young, not experienced enough, not strong enough to be on the scaffold. You know how it is. I suppose I shouldn't have expected any better of them. Working on the mural has been a most welcome distraction from the naysayers and my chores. And worrying about Dad. Otz has been coming over under the pretense of helping me prepare my paints, too. It's sweet and I'm glad for the company. He makes the days easier. I'd like to have the whole mural finished by Christmas if I can. I just want to finish in time for Dad to see it. It would mean so much to him. If Dr. Stoltz is right, I don't know how long I'll have. I hope you're faring better than we are here. All my love, Magda. So it's 9 o'clock. Ooh, do I have time to go? It is nighttime. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna let me do anything else tonight. There's only Sister Gertrude Baltus, Dr. Stoltz, and either Father Thomas may be able to read it for me. Alright. Guess he's off to bed then. Oh, bye, live or die. Are you gonna be at Jack and later? It's late. I should get some rest. Go to sleep. Yep, you're stopping. Awesome. We'll see you there. Oh, okay. We are going to jump ahead in time. To the 18th, 19th, 20th. Okay. Mistress Druckerin, a few more letters for you. Take care. Thank you, sir. Safe travels. The first letter is from Reverend Matthew. Oh, he's still with his boyfriend. Mistress Druckerin, I was not acquainted with your family during my years at Curacao. Even so, I remember your father was one of the townsfolk who prevented the peasantry from burning us alive. I am not overly inclined to insist the people of Tassing in their endeavors to catalog the origins of the abbey they destroyed. However, it was a long time ago. In the interest of posterity and Christian charity, I will tell you what I recall. Sometime after the Romans left, Christians settled in the Reasons and built Curacao Abbey on the ruins of a fortress. The abbey was founded by a noblewoman of the Curacao family. She was both its patron and its first abbess. Perhaps 2 centuries ago, Curacao changed to being run by an abbot. I do not know the reason, but many other double monasteries did likewise around the same time. It may have been done out of the fear of being shut down, as double monasteries were frowned upon by the Pope. Sadly, that is the extent of my knowledge. Your neighbors put any other records about the abbey to the torch. Something. They burned the history of Curacao. Well, we cannot change the past. I have heard the sisters of the poor Claras have formed a new chapter at the abbey. I can only hope that their love of apostolic poverty has not driven them to impoverish the shrine of St. Moritz. Assuming they have not consigned the contents of Curaçao's former occupants to a bonfire, you might find something there. It's hard to be overjoyed at the news of your neighbor's late greats. Many of the injuries inflicted 18 years ago will never heal. Regret cannot undo what has been done, but we can all find redemption through Christ. We must pray for love and reconciliation in the days ahead. In the end, that is all that matters. Winter comes swiftly. Huguenots and Lutherans plague my homeland. Thank the Lord, you still live in land ruled by the one true church. I hope this has been of some help to you and yours. May God keep and protect you. The most revered Matthew Fence. Yeah. Another reply from Esther. Oh, Magdalene. I am terribly sorry to hear about your father. My parents send their deepest condolences. If we can provide you anything from Prague, you need only send word. I know we are further away than is easy to travel, but I will see that we can do what Hashem allows. Father says that he remembers no one who would run to harm your father. Yeah, the night I was born, he remembers great strife in town. Perhaps there is old blood over depicting the night of the revolt? That is all he could suggest. We pray for you and your father every day in our offerings. Hashem will make all things right in time. He will exact justice on the culprit. I am encouraged to hear that the town council let you continue the mural at all. The guild here would protect your right to complete a job, especially once a contract has been reached. You give the men of council too much grace. Why should you be forced to settle for their old ways of thinking? We live in a new age, an age where art and science have come together, an age when all may read the works of the great sages in their own language. Truly, when your father recovers, I urge you to come visit me in Prague. But I am glad you found some joy in your work on the mural. We are all well here. Elisha has been carving a new set of wood cuttings, and father has agreed to a new contract with the university. I found Simon. His family didn't move far away after all. He's planning on working as a doctor in the city once the expulsion order ends. His parents have been meeting with mother and father quite often now, so I hope that I will be sending good news in my next letter, with Hashem's help. Please inform us of your father's condition in your next letter. Be well. Esther. That's all the letters I have for now. I should head home and check on Dad. Werner was supposed to come check on Dad today. I wonder where he is. Maybe I should try to find him later. Good morning, Magdalene. Good morning, Dad. Feeling any better? Your fever broke at dawn this morning. A little stronger, all things in time. Do you want to eat anything to eat before I leave for the day? I'm working on the next section in the mural. I'm not so hungry right now. I'll be all right. Your letter from the Archdeacon. Yes, that's right. What did you learn from him? He didn't have much to say. He was still upset about the Abbey's destruction. He did say that the Abbey was founded by a noblewoman after the Romans left. Everything else was burned in the fire. How unfortunate. I know the brothers kept careful records of the monastery. So much lost in one night. The Archdeacon did suggest the poor Clares might have held onto some of the records from the convent. I should be able to learn more about Tassing's Christian history there. An excellent place to start, Magdalene. Sister Gertrude doesn't come out of the convent much, but I think it's worth asking her. Maybe Father Thomas knows something too. I should talk to him. If I recall correctly, the miller's wife has a long family history in Tassing. She may know something of the local history that the others have forgotten. Elsie? I thought she moved here when she married. She doesn't have any relatives in town. Not anymore. Age, illness, and marriage took the rest of her family. But the Cavizels used to live all up and down this valley. Go talk to her, I will. Thanks, Dad. Maybe something remained in the Abbey's ruins. I should definitely see what's left. Magdalene, you be careful. Those ruins are dangerous. I won't go far into them, Dad. They can't be that dangerous. The ruins have been sitting there for almost 20 years. I don't like that place. It'll crumble into nothing one of these days. I won't stop you. Just be safe. And wear a scarf, too. It's getting cold out now. I can feel it in my bones. Don't worry, Dad. I'll see you tonight, all right? All right. Good luck. Tassing's Christian history. All right, another day. Another list of things to do. How's Clara? Clara. Hello, Magdalene. All right, so I have a few tasks to seek out. Where's the current task taking me? Oh, to the church. I'm not going to talk to Father Thomas. Fuck that guy. Oh, hello, Hots. Oh, you don't want to talk to me. That's fine. There's Artemis. Just going around talking to everybody I can. Magda! Hello, Christina. Did you see the froggies on Sunday? I did. They were everywhere, weren't they? I've never seen so many together before. Father Thomas was so angry, but I think it's funny. Mommy says the twins did it, and they're an example of children who don't follow the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments don't say anything about frogs, though, do they? I don't think so. Does that mean they won't get in trouble with God? The only ones they'll get in trouble with is their parents and Father Thomas. I don't think God cares about sticking frogs into church. Oh, good. I like them, even if the adults have to scold them. Mom scolds me sometimes, too, when I do something bad. That's why I try to listen to her and behave and say my prayers. You're a smart girl, Christina. Thank you, Magda. Mommy says so, too. I'm glad the frog prank went off without a hitch. Let me do a quick look through the Outer Farms, see if there's any new dialogue. Because I forget who I was supposed to talk to you about. I think she said Elsie had knowledge about the history of Tassing. Still don't know why I can go up to this bedroom again, but whatever. Alright, let's go to the Bower Farm. Hello, Magdalene. Hello, Hans. Did you need something? Just wanted to see what you were doing. Well, I was just about to leave. I have to go meet Big York soon. Why? Stuff in the forest needs doing. Like what? To lift logs. Why would you do that? We lift big logs to see who's stronger. It's a contest. Does anybody else participate in this contest? Not usually. There aren't many others in Tasking strong enough, but other than Big Yorg. Simon's big, like Sepp was, but he's not interested. He's always busy taking care of the farm. Maybe Apollo can join us one day. He's been winning stout the last few years. All right, who's winning so far? Yorg, but barely. I've been gaining on him. He's growing older and softer with his council work. Ha ha ha. So this is the thing that men just do from time to time. Me and Yorg, sure. I don't know about anyone else. You're welcome to join us, Magdalene. You happen to have small logs that would suit me. Plenty of trees in the forest. We'll find you what you need. Maybe it'll put some meat on those bones. Sure, maybe I'll drop by one day. Christ, Yorg will get a kick out of that. You really mean it, right? Oh, absolutely. Great. I should get back to work now. Until later, Magdalene. Until then. I wouldn't mind throwing some logs with them. Can't go in there. Can't go down there. Wait, was there anything this way? I don't think so. No. I can talk to Hans again. Hello, Hans. Do you need something? How are you doing? Fine enough. Weather's getting colder. And the family? Healthy and hardworking. Simon's taking care of the winter provisions. He's a good boy. Proud of him. And you know how beautiful and kind-hearted Judah is. Just like her mother. I don't know how I got so lucky. She's a miracle. She will marry a good man soon, I'm sure. Do you have someone in mind? That young Otz is a good man, I've noticed. He's solid enough. Takes after his father. All the same, when Yuta has children one day, they'll be beautiful and kind like their mother. There are worse things to be, I guess. I did my best to raise her right, but her best qualities are all Heilwig. Give yourself a little credit, Hans. Kind of you to say, Magdalene. I should get back to it. Until later. Until then. I want to talk to Big Yorg. And see if he will talk to me about this log throwing competition. No. Running, 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 running. Martin's still working. Can't talk to him. Can't talk to Brigida. I think I was already in the town commons, right? Yeah, because I talked to Otz briefly. And that's my house. I don't want to talk to Father Thomas. Fuck that guy. Ooh, what happened here? Why is there wine spilled? Hey, Magdalene, come to admire a well-chiseled craftsman at his best. Oh, where? I can't see one. Ouch, I suppose I stepped into that one. Have you come to see the repairs I've been doing then? To tell you the truth, it's not going as well as I'd hope. What seems to be the issue? I assumed I'd hit a snag, either when it came to stone or the tools or my lack of artistic skills. But it's more than that. It's like in my head, I can't see the right way. Besides, my dad wants me to help out on the farm more. I want to be there, but Grandpa taught me everything about the craft. He really wanted me to succeed, and I do enjoy the work. It's as if I can talk to the stone, you know. Not literally, but I can see how lines of tension flow through the rock. I understand how to form one thing from the other, how to create, make something that lasts. Grandma even offered to sponsor an apprenticeship under a master stonemason. Dad will support me either way, but I still feel like I'm pulled in both directions at once, you know? I just... Oh, I don't know. I want him to be a stonemason. You can't live by the rules and demands of others, but isn't that what we all do every single day? We live under the rules of God. We live under the demands of our Lord. We live under wants of our parents. We're never free, but always tied to someone or something. I suppose so, but we can always bend and break the rules a bit here and there. Are you doing, as you were doing with the mural, Magdalene? Maybe that is a way to bring change, to move forward. Christ, this is hard. I don't know what to do. I think you should take the apprenticeship. It's better than staying in Tassing, right? Oh, I failed. I don't know. I like it here, and I have enough experience from Grandpa to keep going. Besides, if I'm gone, there will be no one to look after the town's stone. The church's foundation is in serious condition, and who's to say there won't be another flood come spring? No, I think I should stay. I'll have to tell Grandma I've made up my mind soon. Well, thanks for listening to me, Magdalene. That's what friends are for, right? Well, work beckons. Father Thomas asked me to reinforce the walls of the church. To be honest, I'd like to reuse stones from the ruins of the abbey, but Father Thomas forbids it. Says it's unseemly. It's just quality stone going to waste. I don't get it. He's being meek, as he always is. I don't understand Father Thomas sometimes. Alright, stay well. Until later. Did I already talk to Agnes? I was hoping you'd have some stuff for me. Oh God, Werner. What the fuck are you doing? Fucking drunk. Ugh. Hey, wake up. Wake up, damn you. You were supposed to come check on my dad today. I don't have the strength to carry him home. I have to tell someone. Maybe Baltus? They're still on friendly terms. Nazu could help. Oh, or Big York. He's strong. He can do it. Ugh, what a mess. Alright. I'm gonna go to, Baltus first. Since him and, Werner seem to be on friendly terms. And he's right here. Ooh, how's the early mural looking? Oh, I can't see it yet. Boo. Yeah, there's probably nobody in here. Okay. I have a lot to talk to Baltus about. Ciao, Magdalene. Ciao, Naziu. Come, how are you? Bene, bene. The winter is approaching quickly, no? What is it you say here? Perched up, pinching at your nose? Ha 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 ha, yes, that is the saying. Baltus has been explaining many of your funny Bavarian sayings to me. I must admit, they are rather charming, even though the language is a bit rough on my tongue. Will you be staying in Tassing long enough to learn more of our funny sayings? I should return to Genoa soon, but Baltus and I still have some business to conduct. It has taken longer than I anticipated to complete. His accounts are complex. I may be forced to remain a few more weeks. Dio, who knows? It must be difficult for you to be so far from home for so long. Baltus has made me most welcome, so I'm in no particular rush. Only wish to return to Genoa before any heavy snowfall. Otherwise, my journey will take twice as long. I'll let you get back to work then. Grazie, Madeline. Until later. Hello, Baltus. Do you have a moment? Only one, I'm afraid. What can I do for you? I came across a book about the history of Tassing, and I was hoping you could help me read it. Oh, no, not today. I'm far too busy for that at the moment. Nazu and I have our hands full preparing the Christmas ale, you see. Of course, sorry to bother you. Not at all. Apologies I couldn't be of any more help. Can you help? What can I do for you? We did not have a lesson planned for today, did we? No, Baltus, this is about a different matter. I found Dr. Stoltz packed stout drunk in the commons, sleeping in a ditch. Ah, I see. This is becoming an increasing problem, isn't it? I shall confetch Nazu, and we will carry him home safely. Thank you for letting me know, Magdalene. Nod. Oop, didn't mean to do that. Alright, so he can't help me with a book. Alright, I went into the rat house. Oh, fuck this dude. I'm trying to remember who the person I want to see is. I was in the Kreutzer house? I'm looking for Eva, right? No. Alright, who was I looking for? Oh, I should talk to, I guess, Father Thomas. Elsie at the mill. Okay. That's who I need to talk to. Dr. Saltz. Fuck that guy. Alright, let me... I don't want to talk to the Father Thomas. I will go to the mill, though. Oh, little Andreas. Magdalene, dear, what brings you up the hill? Dad suggested I ask your family for the mural. He said your sister used to tell him about your family history. Your family name was Cavazel, wasn't it? Oh. Not a soul in town has asked me about my family in years. I was beginning to think my neighbors had forgotten us. I'm not surprised your father remembers the Cavizels. He was sweet on my sisters before he met your mother. I'm the last one of us left. Cavazel does not sound like a local name. Why wouldn't it be? I am Bavarian. It is my name, so it is a Bavarian name. No one else in town has a name like that. And shouldn't you be Cavazelin? I have always been called Cavazel, as were my sisters and mother, and her mother before her. My grandfather told me the Cavazels have lived in this area for hundreds of years. Perhaps even 1,000, though it seems impossible to imagine a time so long ago. The Cavazels were pagans. Yes, the original Bavarian people, here even before the Romans. My grandfather said his grandfather told him the Cavazels resettled the town after the Romans left. Built their new home right on the spot where they had been living when the Romans arrived. That is a remarkable story. Reminds me of Parzival's quest for the Grail. He is driven from the court of the King Arthur and wanders the countryside honorless. He meets a holy man who brings him to God. And through regaining his honor, Parzival completes his journey to the Grail. What a lovely idea. When I still think of the ancient Cavazels driven from their land, only to find it again and become Christians, they feel nearer to me. Do you understand? I think so. It's like when my dad tells me stories about courting my mom. I don't remember her face, but when he tells me about her smile, I can almost recall it. Yes, it doesn't matter whether you really remember. When I sing my sister's favorite songs to Ulrich, I may not know all the words anymore, but that's all right. Just as I may not know exactly how the Cavazels resettled Tassing. What matters is that I feel close to her and them, even though they are so far from me now. That is what stories are for, Magda. Now go on, you've got a mural to complete. Thank you, Elsie. You have given me much to consider. God bless you, Magdalene. Hello, Anna, how are you? Oh, keeping busy. There's always plenty to do around the house. How's the mural coming? Paul mentioned your progress is quite impressive. I'm making steady progress. I think I'll be finished just before the new year. Oh, how wonderful. I'll have to bring Andreas and Ulrich by sometime to see your progress. We won't be getting in your way, of course. I'm sure they'd love to learn about the process. You're all more than welcome, but watch your step. There's plaster everywhere. I've just mixed a new batch to keep the walls moist. It's hard to maintain the right texture when it's so cold out. Oh, I can imagine. I had a similar problem when I helped my mother in the bakery. Rolling dough in winter was such trouble. We had to throw out so many batches that wouldn't rise. Your discipline is admirable, Magdalene. You know, I was a real rascal back in the day. Skipped on working with my parents more times than I can count. But you're so hardworking, Anna. I can't imagine you making trouble. It is funny to consider, isn't it? I was a thief and a scoundrel. I started with cakes from my mother's table, still hot from the oven. Soon it was silverware, mugs, trinkets I found around town. Ulrich's little hat once even belonged to Andreas Mahler, your father's friend. I stole it from his head. Of course, stealing is against the Lord's commandments. So my father would make me return everything if I hadn't eaten it already, and march me to church to pray. Father Thomas grew accustomed to seeing me more often than Sunday mornings. I guess you got tired of saving Ave Marias? That was part of it. I grew out of the habit over time. I think I started to see why my parents had such a devotion to the Lord. Stealing was my way of acting out. But when the trouble started in town, I realized that my thievery wasn't doing any good. I decided I'd rather honor my father and mother as God commands. It gives me grace with Andreas and Ulrich on the hard days, and with the rest of the town, too. I think Ulrich would be proud. Thank you, Magdalene. That means more than you know. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure you have plenty of to work on with the mural. You have Andreas's hat. But it's still so beautiful here, Martha. One more moment. All right, take your time. Oh, hello, Magdalene. Dad, look who it is. Good morning, Mrs. Struckerin. Hello, Martha. Carl, how are you today? On our usual walk around town. November hasn't grown too cold yet. Dr. Stoltz says Dad needs to keep using the leg or the pain will get worse. And I'm glad, and I'm getting old. Not so old you can sit around at home telling stories. You listen to your daughter, Carl. Ugh, you young girls think you're my keeper, is that it? I've always been your keeper, Dad. No arguments from me there. Sounds like you have Martha to thank for your health. Given that the alternative is Werner, I'm glad to have something. Can't even find his ass with both hands. Dad. What? Anton would have made a better doctor than him. Ah, Anton, my poor boy. It's all right, Dad. You still miss your son? I think about him every day. I can't. It's my fault he died. It's not, Dad. You know it's not. He shouldn't have been with me that night. He shouldn't have... I was a fool. Let him continue. The abbey was engulfed in flames. The heat, you won't believe it, seared the hair off my eyebrows. I was bleeding. Anton tried to drag me out of the fight. Then that godforsaken Landsnecht. No. Step between us. I hope he burns in hell. I can't even imagine what that was like. I still, how old were you during the revolt, Martha? 7 or so. I didn't understand what was happening. Someone brought Dad home in the middle of the night. It was dark, confusing. There was screaming outside. Mom and a couple of the men who brought Dad in were trying to patch up the wound, but it wouldn't stop bleeding. She kept shouting, "Where's Anton? Where's Anton?" There was blood on the floor. You cried so much you threw up. We couldn't get you to stop. I couldn't understand where Anton had gone. Dad tried to explain, but... Martha, my dear, enough of that. I'm so sorry. How did you go on? Did I don't know. Some nights I think I am there still. The abbey is always burning. My Helena passed not long after. I was left alone with Martha to take care of. I had to keep going for Martha, and somehow my daughter grew into a wonderful woman despite it all. I suppose that was all Helena's doing. Dad, if I'm any good, it's because of you. Thank you for telling me about that night, Carl, Martha. Time doesn't heal Magdalene, but it does dull the ache. It's time we continue with the walk, Dad. Yes, dear, I'm afraid I'm feeling much more alive now. Be well, you two. Oh, these poor people. Oh, I can talk to Killian. Hi, Max. Sorry I can't talk right now. Magdalene. Oh, of course, Magdalene. I didn't mean to be impolite. It's all right. What's keeping you so busy? You know, it's almost December. We have to start preparing for the festivities. It's not easy with Mom and Dad shouting at each other a lot. Nothing really gets done until I do it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. They've been gnawing at each other ever since I was a kid. Dad spends a lot more time away from the inn if it's not a very busy time. And when he's around, they get into arguments over any little thing. People say your mom did many bad things years ago. Everyone does bad things sometimes, you know. When the monks were around, they told us all about God's forgiveness. Waslav talks about it a lot too. So that's what I tried to do. Forgive. You've got a kind heart, Killian. Maybe. I just do what I think is right. How's your mural coming along anyway? One step at a time. Learning about the history of tasking is a challenge. Yeah, at least you can read in other languages. What if there's a history of tasking in one of those books that no one here knows about? Hardly. I don't think this town has ever been important enough. Suppose so. Oh, I'm sorry, Magdalene. I really have to get back to work. Be well. Well, I wonder if Carl's a romance option. Alright, I'm gonna go see the Gertrude. Oh god, I can't believe it's 5 o'clock already. I was hoping to finish this game today, but I don't think it's happening. I should talk to Sister Gertrude since she was a Benedictine nun at Kirsal before the poor Clares arrived. She would be able to tell me all about the convent's history for the mural. In the convent, in the convent. God bless you, Magdalene. Hello, sister. I have a favor to ask you. Of course, Magdalene. I'll help however I can. I have a book, the Historia Tassiae, and I can't read it very well. Can you help me translate it? Oh, I'm afraid my Latin isn't good enough to translate something like that. Its grammar structures are far too complex. I'm sorry, Magdalene. That's all right, sister. I'll have to find another way. There was one more thing, if you don't mind. It's about the Rat House mural. Oh, did you need more paint? I believe I have enough galls stored away. No, thank you, sister. I have more than enough paint. I want to ask you about the history of Kirsal, actually. I'd actually include the Abbey's founding and the history of tasking saints to the Rat House mural. I wrote that to Reverend Matthew since he lived at the Abbey, but wanted to see the place firsthand. Ah, Brother Matthew became a reverend, did he? He was always suited to such a role. But I don't suppose that's what you came up the hill for. You're curious about the saint's history, yes? Yes, I was hoping you could show me around the convent and tell me about its histories. The poor Clares don't allow outsiders within the convent, even other women. Mother Francisca wouldn't let anyone coming in for such a worldly concern. Well, that makes my job difficult. Let me finish, Madeline Druckerin. However, Mother Francisca always welcomes those who are considering joining the order. If a young woman sincerely considers joining the convent, she may be allowed to enter and observe the sisters. Who knows what else she may discover while contemplating the holy life, Well, I suppose exploring all my options can't hurt. Touring the convent will take some time. Will you like to go see Mother Francisca now? I have other things to do first. Is that the only thing I can ask you? Alright. Ugh. I have to pretend I want to be a nun? Nobody there. God bless you, Magdalene. Alright, so... who can I still ask about translating the book? book talks about Sister Gertrude. I asked. Paul just doesn't have time. The doctors are drunk. Ugh. Where does my map tell me I can go? Just to talk to Father Thomas. I'd really rather not. It looks like I can't get into the Abbey. Maybe, can I get in this way? That's locked. That's locked. In the garden. Who knows Latin? Alright, let me go to the church. Hello, asshole. God bless you, Magdalene. And God bless you, Father Thomas. Do you have a moment? Of course, what can I help you with? I want to ask you about Tassing Saints. I'd like to represent them in the Rat House. I'm thrilled to hear it. The Saints will make a wonderful centerpiece for the murals. Let's make a deal. I listen rapturously as you tell me about the Saints, and you don't press me about putting them in the mural. Very well. But you know there is one saint you're overlooking. Why, the Blessed Virgin, of course, Mary. Many people forget that Mary is the greatest saint, and she visited one of the peasants here in Tassing centuries ago. The Virgin Mary appeared in Tassing? Why? Yes, she appeared to give a message. Centuries ago, a farmer in the fields behind us had 3 visions of Mary. In the first, she told him that she wanted him to tell the Bishop of Freising that she had appeared. The peasant traveled down to Freising, but the bishop would not see or hear him. Keep listening. The peasant returned to Tassing and had another vision in the field. The Virgin showed him a pattern, a labyrinth. She told him to draw it on a sheet of birch bark and bring the drawing to the Bishop of Freising. The bishop attempted to turn the peasant away, but he could see the drawing of the labyrinth in his hands. It was the same image that the bishop had seen in a dream 3 nights earlier. He met with a peasant who told him of the 2 apparitions he had seen here in Tassing. The bishop was moved by the peasant's story and he came here to Tassing. The bishop came here? He did. It's the only time the bishop has ever come to Tassing. And when the bishop came, Mary appeared to both of them. She told the farmer that the town needed to build this church. She told the bishop to support the town. I had no idea that's where all this came from. It's not a story I tell much anymore. I suppose the people here think of Moritz and Seisha, their connection to this place. Mary is such a core part of the prayers that they forget about our particular Mary. But in any case, Our Lady's demands were clear, so the bishop helped fund the creation of this church. The people of Tassing have been using it ever since. You're not from Tassing. How did you hear the story? True, I'm not. The people told me when I came. And the former priest told me when they were children, and so on. The priests and the flock have shared the responsibility of passing on the story over the centuries. Thank you for the story, Father Thomas. You're most welcome. God bless you in your work. God bless you. That's the labyrinth, then. Mary, Mother Jesus, her painting has been here as long as I can remember. Wait, that labyrinth was in, Andreas' dream, right? Alright, let me check the map. Yeah. Oh, where does it tell me I can go? To the Gertner farm. I'd rather go there than talk to... Alright, let me go to the Gertners. To the Gertners. Oh, I didn't mean to come this way. Whatever. Hurry up. What do the Gertners want? Big Yorg? Nothing from a big Yorg. Inside? Not there. I'm in the right place, right? Oh, yeah. What am I supposed to be doing here? Veronica's not talking to me. Big Yorg isn't talking to me. There's nobody here! Why is it telling me to come here? Am I missing something? There's something upstairs that I missed? Huh. So weird. Alright, I'll come back later. I'm gonna attempt to talk to Stoltz. He's probably still drunk, though. And then I'll go to Father Thomas, and then... Nope, he's still drunk. Alright, I'll talk to Father Thomas. Although I have a feeling he's just gonna take the book from me, like a dickhead. Hello, Father Thomas. Can you spare a moment? Yes, of course, Magdalene. What is it? Well, I found this book, but I can't read the Latin very well. Could you help me translate it? The whole book? Oh dear, I can't afford that much time away from my duties right now. The Christmas season is coming up, and I've already fallen behind on Advent preparations. Could the matter wait, perhaps? I'd be happy to look at it after the festivities. I suppose. Good. Nobody wants me to translate this book. Everyone's telling me after Christmas. Alright, History Tasse. I asked Gertrude, I asked Baltus. Stoltz is passed out. Unless I'm misremembering his last name. Yeah, no, that's his name. Hey, Our Lady with St. Moritz and St. Scholastica. I do like that idea. Reverend Matthew suggested... I talked to Gertrude. Talked to Thomas. I talked to Elsie. I'm gonna go... Yeah, I'll go to the church now. In the know. Alright, move your butt. I'm really excited to see inside the convent for once. Alright. Alright, well, before I continue this, I want to run to the bathroom real quick, so I'll BRB. Je suis retourné. God bless you. Would you like to go inside and meet with Mother Francisca? Yes, let's go. Mother Francisca, I'd like to introduce you to Magdalene Druckerin. The printer's daughter, yes. God bless you, Magdalene. Father Thomas told me of your father's condition. We pray for his recovery daily. Oh, thank you, Abbess. Such is our duty to serve the Lord and the community that provides for us. Now, what is this about? Sister Gertrude, you know our holy rules. Why bring young Mistress Druckerin to me? Forgive me, Mother. Magdalene is searching for a place in the world and is contemplating the holy life. I thought observing the sisters might aid her in spiritual search. She was encouraged by the idea. Right. Yes. Ah, so you decided to consider my offer after all. If God is calling you to the convent, I am more than willing to help you fulfill that divine cause. What brought this change on? Why are you interested in joining the Poor Clares? I'm worried that helping my father, running the shop alone, and finishing the mural are too much for me. Magdalene, you should not abdicate your worldly duties for fear of the unknown. However, I agree that working a printing shop and painting are not suitable duties for a woman. Thank God you have turned to us for help. It is no wonder you have felt overburdened by all of this. Please come, I am happy to tell you more of our order. Our small convent used to be part of the larger Kirsal Dubber Monastery, as I'm sure you've been told by Sister Gertrude. However, the Poor Clares lived far differently than the Benedictines that once lived here. We believe that it is not ours to produce, and live solely on the alms of the community of Tassing as they see fit to give. Likewise, none of the sisters here own any personal property. We share this convent as a gift from the church. We believe that the Lord called us into a life of poverty and service. Does such a life appeal to you, Magdalene? I'm not entirely certain yet. I'd like to explore and look around, get a feel for the place. Magdalene, you must not have misunderstood me. We have deliberately closed ourselves off from the world. I want to have a laywoman bothering the sisters from their duties or disturbing our role. However, I will allow Sister Suzanne to show you our duties. Please take your time. When you have finished, please come find me, and we will discuss your decision to join. Finally, I thought she'd never finish. What? Truthfully, I'm not here to join the convent. I'm looking for references for a mural I'm painting in the rat house. Time to start exploring. You can either come or not. Up to you. What Mother Francisca said. She said that as long as I'm with you, it's fine to look around. Are you really going to get us both in trouble? No. I always follow Mother Francisca's orders. The convent has many parts. The kitchen, the aquarium, the chapter house, the yard, and the old workshop, though no one uses that old shed anymore. I'll leave it to you to decide where to go first. Ooh. Oh, I'm so excited to finally get to explore this place. This is the chapel, where we all gather for mass and liturgy. It's the oldest part of the convent, and the most drafty. Hello again, Sister Gertrude. The sisters have done some minor retouches over the years, but it has represented the abbey from its earliest days. Oh, there's the tower in the library. The cloister is still being constructed here. Yes, the tower was a Bergfried. Oh, it's a defensive tower. Long before the structure became a monastery. The Duchy gifted it to the Benedictine order after the Holy Roman Empire grew. They had no use for it as a keep. These walls have protected Tassing from attacks of spirit and steel for generations. There's Latin here too. God called Lady Sabine to lead our sisters and brothers in 1261. Lord Kirsal's castle was destroyed by fire in the year of the death of Emperor Frederick II. Only the tower remained. Well done, Magdalene. Yes, the first lists the abbey's founding date. The Lady Kirsal was actually the one to suggest the old castle be turned into a double monastery. We added the second shortly after the revolt. Mother Illuminata thought it would be fitting. Even if the sisters were not here, some record of what occurred would remain. Curacao is unique, a double monastery with 2 saints, one male and one female, to guard the town and abbey. Fascinating to think that even before the Duke gifted it to the church, the fortification was founded by St. Moritz. The saints have a long history in these lands. Many things once thought lost are truly foundational to how we live. You were right, sister. The mural will be a great reference for the Rat House. And I'm glad to have helped. God bless you, Magdalene. That is a cool little mural. Alright. Oh, it's Margareta. God bless you, Magda. Oh, check out the kitchen, why not? This is the kitchen. There's not anything that interesting here. Sister Marie and Sister Yazbo take care of most of the kitchen duties, but everyone pitches in when needed. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, sister. How goes the cooking? As well as the Lord wills it. My old fingers fumble from time to time, but it's my privilege to prepare supper for the other sisters. That's very noble of you. Just as God gave Paul a thorn in his side, so too did he give me the pains of age to strengthen my faith. Such things are a blessing when compared to the pains Christ carried upon the cross. But didn't Christ die so that we don't have to suffer unnecessarily? In the next life, yes, but even Christ said we would face hardships while we live on this earth. I have chosen to find meaning and devotion to the Lord through my hardships. I don't really understand, but I'm glad it helps you persevere. Thank you, child. God bless you. God bless you, child. Are you delivering something? No, sister, I'm learning more about the convent's history so that I can finish a mural in town. Ah, I see. This kitchen has been used for decades, longer than I've been alive, to be sure. I enjoy preparing meals for the sisters that nourish us, but I can never bring myself to butcher the animals. Sister Yazbal has graciously taken on that task for me. We need sustenance, but I feel butchering any animal is wrong according to the rule of St. Francis. To call suffering to any living creature is unnecessary and evil, even if God granted Adam and Eve dominion over the animals. The kitchen seems fairly simple. Is there anything here from the convent's founding days? No more than the structure itself, I'm afraid. Cookware needs replacing over the years. Though, some nights, a ghost appears to me by the cook fire, a lost spirit trapped between heaven and hell. Sister Marie, not this again. Not to Magdalene, please. Could it have been a ghost of one of the sisters from the founding of the convent? Maybe even St. Tassia. What made you think you saw a spirit, sister? The figure rose up through the very ground we stand on at vigils not a fortnight ago. Dawn and dusk are the hours when the boundaries between this world and the spiritual world are weakest. We may be the newest arrivals here, but the convent is very old. Perhaps there was something Roman underneath this foundation centuries before. The spirit may seek to know the presence of God now that it rests on holy ground. A spirit in Curacao? Why would it come to the convent, though? It breaks my heart to think the spirit was crying out for help, trapped beyond heaven's reach. Why don't we keep going, Magdalene? It's better not to get Sister Maria too upset. Of course. God bless you, sister. Alright, so we remember there is a passage to the aqueduct under here. Oh, let's go to the courtyard. It's colder today. There's not much in the yard that could help you, I think. Anything that was here has long been covered in weeds. All I know about this place is that the walls were added when the convent was built onto the monastery. Oh, God bless you, Sister Benedicta. Sister Suzanne, God bless you. Ugh, this ice is hard. Do I recognize you, Sister Benedicta? I think I've seen you in town once or twice. Yes, you'd have seen her. Sister Benedicta is the youngest of the sisters. Mother Francisca allows only one sister to deal with the townsfolk. Benedicta received this privilege. Burden, more like. I have to run around everywhere, gathering all the food and doing all the chores. I'd rather be inside where it's warm. What are you doing up in the convent, anyway? Mother Francisca said I could look around. Oh, well, don't let me get in your way then. Actually, Sister Benedicta, I want to ask you some questions. Do you like being a nun? Oh, yes, I don't mind at all. It's far quieter than home, and I don't have to share my bed with my siblings anymore. I like to help with the older sisters. I don't mind the chores, except for when it's cold like this. One more question, Sister Benedicta. Have you seen any mysterious figures or ghosts lately? Ghosts? No, everything has been normal recently. I haven't noticed anything odd. Is this about Sister Marie's ghost? I think it's Mauritius myself. Oh no. So there is a ghost in the Abbey. Well, I haven't seen anything myself, but if there's a ghost, I like to think it's Mauritius. Don't tell Mother Francisca about this, but I found an old book about Christian legends hidden in the workshop. It said that the Roman commander named Mauritius conquered Tassing, but the colony failed. Most of the town was empty and Christian refugees found the town hidden in the valley. It was a miracle. Christian refugees? Yes, the book said they were fleeing Roman persecution. Maybe under Nero. I don't remember. Anyway, when Sister Marie said she saw a ghost, I thought it must be Mauritius trying to get us out. A Roman ghost couldn't be happy about his tower being turned into an abbey, could he? What did you do with this book, sister? Oh, well, I had it with me in the kitchen one day, and I accidentally laid the fire poker on it. Well, that's unfortunate. I tried to fix it, but it's unreadable now. Sorry, Magdalene. I suppose it's, alright, that's alright. The book would have probably gone unread otherwise. I'm glad you were enjoying it. Besides, the story gives me an idea for the Rat House mural. Thanks for telling me about the book, sister. I won't tell Mother Francisca. God bless you, sister. Ha ha ha, thanks you, Madeline. Art studio? I didn't know they had an art studio. Cough. This workshop is covered in dust. Yes, this was the Benedictine sisters' workshop. They used to make badges and art for the pilgrims coming to see the hand of St. Moritz. Looks like everything was just left here after the fire. Nothing's been used in years. We can't subsist on painting, and the poor Clares don't produce goods for sale, so we have no reason to be in here. But art allows us to find beauty in life. Even Christ said the Father clothed the lilies of the field in beauty. I agree, but that's not the role of the poor Clares. Mother Francisca considers art a temptation into hedonism. Mother Francisca doesn't let us come in here unless it's to put something in storage. I've come in a few times and noticed some of the brushes have gone missing. Paint pots, too. You think it's the ghost Sister Marie was talking about? Whatever Sister Marie thinks, I don't think spirits can enter holy ground. Besides, what would a ghost need with the dried up paints and brushes? Good point. It's probably something else. In any case, I think it's sad the workshop is left like this. Truthfully, Magdalene, I don't think you should join the convent, even if that's what you were here to do anyway. Gertrude talks about you, and you seem to love your art. Without it, you'd hate it here. Such valuable paint left to dry and crack on the palettes. There's an old parchment scrapped here. It's different from the others. Oh. Looks like it's scrapped from a manuscript. There's something written in Latin on the margin. The Mithram of Tassing had been destroyed by a flood. Oh no! Mithram, that's the same word I saw in the Roman section of the mine. Wait, this might be from the book Sister Benedicta found. I wonder why it would mention the Mithrium. I don't know. It's not a word I've ever heard before. There's certainly nothing in the convent by that name. Well, the note says the Mithrium was destroyed, so I suppose it doesn't matter much now. Oh. Like, is the paint from this? These old badges are beautiful. I hope the pilgrims who bought them love them too. Guess that's all I can see in here. Can't talk to her. I can't go that way. You have anything to say, Margareta? why I'm back here, but... I don't know, I guess I can't talk to her again. I was just in the courtyard. I wonder if Gertrude has anything to say about the, ghost. No, she does not. What's this way? Oh, the aquarium. But the other side of it. Here's the aquarium. Most of the Abbey's visitors come in here, but aren't allowed to enter. We aren't allowed to go into the outside world either. Like Mother Francisca said, isolation is a part of our vows. Sister Gertrude once told me the old Benedictine sisters used to go out into town sometimes, and even talk to men on occasion. And I'm stuck here staring at these walls for the rest of my life. It doesn't seem like she likes her life here. It must seem like a boring life to her. Are you unhappy here, Sister Suzanne? I don't know. My father promised me to the church as a baby. Some oath he swore when my mother struggled in her pregnancy. So there I was, dropped into the Poor Clares the summer I turned 17. I'm so sorry. No one should be forced into a life they don't want. We daughters are born to bear our family's legacy. Between our legs or on our backs, it doesn't matter. My family is devoted to the church. I've only been in the convent for 2 years, but I'm trying my best. I don't mind the prayers or the hours, and I'm sure of my devotion to the Lord, but this isn't what I wanted. But since when did a woman ever get what she wanted without being punished? Eve didn't even manage it. Oh, my puppy's barking again. I'll be right back. My puppy dog. Hi, puppy dog. I have my puppy dog. We can only do the best we can. I pray that one day it'll be different. Maybe, but we certainly won't ever live to see it. Sometimes I get jealous of Sister Gertrude and even Sister Margareta. At least they get to see something of the outside world before they were 20. If you could do anything else, what would it be? I would have liked to go to one of the big cities at least once. I would have been happy just to be a shopkeeper's wife. Thanks for the listening, Madeline. Anyway, let me show you the rest of the cloister. Lead on. Well, you've seen the entire convent. There's not much here. What do you think of it? To be honest, it seems like a life of drudgery. Yes, certain parts of our life here can be frustrating. It's been so long since I've spoken to anyone from the outside the convent. I'm reminded of the life I once had. Now you have me thinking about whether or not I should remain with the sisters. I think you should go. Yes, I convinced her. You never chose this life. You deserve to have what you truly want. Magdalene, I think you're right. My family's devotion doesn't have to be mine. Maybe I can find a way out in time. I'll help however I can, Suzanne. I'm sure we have some provisions at our home. Really? That would be wonderful, so long as no one found out. Anyway, we should turn to Mother Francisca before she specs something. I learned a lot today. Thank you for showing me around the convent. No, thank you, Madeline. Today has been more interesting than I can remember in the Abbey. Come, let's find Mother Francisca. She'll be wanting to hear what you thought of the place. Well, Magdalene, what is your assessment of the Poor Clares? It's the good Lord calling you to a life with us as a sister. Well, I think I prefer my books and printing, and in any case, I need to finish the mural. Then I might take over for my father. I see. Be careful that this mural does not become an idol for you, Magdalene. Just as Eve had a weaker will than Adam, you are liable to stumble on the fruit of temptation as well. Our community is quite modest compared to the splendor of an old Benedictine house operating under the rule of a powerful abbot. I see why fewer women are drawn to the order these days. Thank you for allowing me inside. You are most welcome, Magdalene. God bless you. Ah, Magdalene, how did your little expedition go? I learned a lot from seeing the Abbey. I'm frustrated that there's so little left of the old Abbey and Saints. But sister, there's something I don't understand. The Abbey was so prosperous. Why didn't the monks rebuild it after the fire? What a task that would be. The chapel was beautiful. The stained glass always caught my eye in the mornings. There was a great deal of anger and sadness in Tassing that night. The abbot felt the brothers and sisters were no longer welcome in Tassing and moved on. In truth, the Abbey's dissolution was inevitable. Kearsau was running out of money and patrons. The riot and fire were simply a particularly awful and painful way to end the monastery. Did anything survive the fire? Some of the buildings are intact, but all are terribly overgrown. I haven't dared forage in the rubble. I doubt you'd find anything of help for your mural inside, other than charred wood and parchment. I think it might still be worth taking a look if I'm careful. I worry after you sometimes, Magdalene. I really do. Thank you for all your help, Sister Gertrude. You are most welcome, Magdalene. God bless you. Okay, 2 hours passed. So what is left to do? It is suggesting it's not suggesting I do anything. All right, Christian Tassing. Remaining. It's the second time I see the reference to the Mithrin. What is it? I'm going to investigate the ruins of the Abbey. Yes, yes, yes. Sister Gertrude Baltus, Dr. Salts, and even Father Thomas. Ugh. They're all too busy. Well, that was, I don't know. I did learn more about the founding of Kearsau. And that illustration for the manuscript, the Mytharium, it was like the one in the mine. Is it part of the history of the Abbey of Tassing? It must be written down somewhere. If only the library hadn't burned down with everything in it. The ruins are right there. Maybe not everything was destroyed. All right, Jackin is starting in 15 minutes. Hopefully I can explore the Abbey in that time, because I really want to explore the Abbey. Is this all I can do? Oh, that was weird. My God, this is amazing. I wonder what it must have looked like before the fire. Everything collapsed in the fire. I'll have to be careful climbing over this rubble to get past. Oh shit! I like the music. No! Oh, you just fell on your ass, girl. Oh no, I can't get back up there. If I climb, it might collapse further. I'll have to find another way out. Can't go that way. I only can go up the tower. Vines. There's nothing left of the old staircase. I guess I can't go out this way. Those vines go all the way to the top, though. They look sturdy enough to hold my weight. Well, there's no other way out. I just remembered. Andreas! We saw him at the top of the tower. when he ran in to get books. I wonder if he left something up here. I can see all of Tassing from here. I wonder if I can piece together the foundations of the Abbey and find a way to get to the library. I bet I could get down this way. The roof looks pretty stable. Oh, there's the scriptorium. Oh, God. I remember when the library burned down. Dad told me I was just a baby, but I remember the flames coming out of the windows. So many people were screaming and running around. I cried myself to sleep that night. I haven't seen this place since then. It doesn't look like there's anything left inside. I suppose it was too much to hope for. Well, Magdalene, how are you going to get out of here? These roses seem to have made the Abbey their home. I'm glad something beautiful is still growing here. Now, I was hoping that there was, like, books at the top of the tower or something. And I wonder where Caspar is. These roses seem to have made the Abbey their home. I'm glad. Oh, yeah, I read that. Oh, yeah, I can just get out this way. Duh. Hi, kitty cat. I wonder if there were always this many cats at the Abbey. Perhaps I can ask Waslav what he remembers during his time here. Oh, can I pet you? Yes, I can. Hi. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty kitty. This place is a mess. How sad. It is really sad seeing the Abbey like this. I spent so much time running around these halls. The door's stuck. I can't get through this way. Oh yeah, this is where the murder happened. What is that on the wall? Oh, an old mural. It's worn, but I can still see some of the figures. A dance of death. What? These figures look new. The paint can't be more than a few years old. Someone's been adding to this. This feels wrong. We want to add new figures to the Dance of Death. And why? These look like people from the town, from here. People who died. This must be the Baron. And that's Otto. Wait, is that... Wait. Someone's here. Oh, God. Hello? Who are you? An Abbey forgotten. Oh, this is so creepy. So, I can't tell quite what that is. There's like a goat and some guy running. That's Otto. Okay, that's Otto, because he's falling. And he's holding a saw. Duh. Is that the monk, I wonder? running. I guess that's the Baron, not the monk. I don't know who that is. Oh, that must be Guy. I don't know who that is. Oh, this is spooky. The door! Whoever was watching me must have opened it. I don't like this. I think I've seen everything left in the Abbey. I want to get out of here. Ooh, so interesting. When did it start snowing? I should get back to the rat house and get to work. So who was in there? Very, very suspicious. Is there anything suspicious going on over here? Locked. Yeah, unable to get into. I don't think there's anybody else I really want to or should talk to. Oh, why is it saying to go to the Gertner farm still? Alright, let me look at the journal. What is that? I think I've learned who could do such a thing. Were they made by the person following me? Oh. Okay, I guess there is actually a few things I want to check out before I go to the rat house. Let me see if I can figure out why I'm getting prompted to visit the Drucker, or visit the Gertners. Because I'm 100% not sure. Is it you, Big Yorg? No, it's not Big Yorg. Because it's showing inside the house. It's saying I should go inside the house. Not Veronica. Who the heck am I supposed to be talking to in here? Ah, whatever. Let me go. All right. Oh, well, the doctor's no longer there, which is good. Should I see if he's home? Hello, Werner. Magdalene, what do you want? Hello, Dr. Stultz. I have a book here, and I can't read it very well. I was wondering if you could help me translate it. No. But No, Magdalene, I can't be bothered by your lack of literacy. Hey, it's not stupid, and I'm not illiterate. God damn you, I said no. Leave. Motherfucker. Journal. Everyone is too distracted by their own work to read the history tasse. Ugh. Alright, well, everything's crossed off, actually. And that Gertner farm star is still there, and I don't know why. Alright, well, let's paint something. Oh, this dick again. Magdalene. Dr. Stultz. So you're doing quick work with the mural, eh? I hope that doesn't make you sloppy. Well, I've rigged the scaffolding sheets so that enough air can flow through. That way, the layers dry quickly. Ah, yes, how very clever of you. In any case, the council wants to hear what you're doing. I've been researching the early Christian history of Tassing after the Romans left. Learning about how people settled in the ruins, how the abbey was founded, why our saints are so important to us. It was a lot to take in, but I've settled on my subject. And... and Our Lady of the Labyrinth. I want to show how it happened. I'll paint not only the abbey from the old Bergfred. I'll paint the... I'm gonna do the saints. I'm liking like the mythological take I'm going with this. They are the saints closest to Tassing and Kiersau and have been part of our history for generations. The saints are a central part of Tassing's identity and income. Honoring them makes the town look better than it actually is, so I suppose that is worth something. You must always keep in mind that the mural is not just for you, but for all of Tassing. Just let me do my job, Doctor. After this section, there's still so much work to do. I haven't even figured out how I'm going to portray the revolt. Ah, yes. I imagine it poses difficulties that the other murals do not. It's a strange thing to tell a story that still lives in the heart of so many people here. I don't think anyone wants to talk about it. They've just locked it away. Huh, sounds like you have your work cut out for you. I'll leave you to it then. Oh, Dr. Stoltz. Yes? Have you ever seen someone lurking around the Abbey? Or heard about it? I haven't been up to the Abbey in years, and no, I haven't heard of anything like that. Why? I've seen someone following me a few times. No, I don't know anything about it. Now, if there's nothing else... No, good night, Dr. Stoltz. Good night, Magdalene. Head home. Now I only have the final part of the mural to finish. How should I paint the revolt? Dad always talked about how the Archdeacon was the only one seeking justice in these days. But what was his name? The only name I can remember is the name of the Archdeacon who came to Tassing when the Baron was killed. Jacob Essler. Maybe he wrote an account of the revolt as an Archdeacon. I'll write to him and ask. And of course, I need to write back to Esther too. I'll write them tonight before bed. Alright, just an FYI, I'm going to write those 2 letters and then save for the night. Alright, ready to begin. I'll write to the Archdeacon Jacob Essler and see if he can tell me about the revolt. I'll write a letter to Esther too. I hope the courier can make it through the passes before winter. Jacob Essler, formerly Archdeacon of Freising. My name is Magdalene Druckerin. I am an artist in the town of Tassing in Upper Bavaria. I believe you passed through our community when you investigated Baron Rothfugl's murder in Kiersau Abbey in 1518. Do you remember anything about that case that the people in Tassing might not remember? In particular, do you remember anything about someone writing notes to provoke the killer? More have appeared in Tassing in subsequent years, seemingly harbingers of death. Thank you for any help you can give. Magdalene Druckerin. Dearest Esther, I hope you are well. You must know how tremendously happy I am for you and Simond. And Elisha too, of course, and your parents. It warms my heart to know that your family is doing so well. By the time this letter reaches you, I expect winter will have enfolded Tassing. It's already freezing at night, so I've reorganized the workshop so that the inks don't deteriorate. Do you have to worry about that in Prague? You've said it snows, but I always imagined it was warmer in winter. Dad's condition is so much worse, and he's in so much pain. Dr. Stoltz has been... well, he's a useless asshole. Only God knows why he's such a bitter old man, but he's neglected Dad almost entirely. Some days he doesn't show up, and even if he does, he just snaps instructions at me and rushes off. I wish I understood why. I worry about Dad. I've asked Agnes for help, but there's only so much we can do alone. He's not going to make it, and there's nothing I can do. Christ, I'm scared, Esther. The mural is progressing well, but I can't shake the feeling that someone is following me. I keep seeing this figure around town. After I explored the mines to see Tassing's early history, and then again in the Abbey ruins. If it's the person who attacked my dad, why are they following me? It's the strangest thing. Given me a fright a few times already. But I don't mean to worry you. Nothing's happened to me yet, so I think I'll be safe. The only good news I can share at the moment is that the mural is almost finished. I should have it completed by Christmas, or soon after, before the new year at least. Then perhaps at long last I shall be able to visit you and meet this Simon. Anyway, I fear that this will be my last letter of the year. The Reichspost has already been late and reported worsening snows throughout the pass. We seem to have stepped into a harsh winter. Stay warm and give my regards to your family and Simon. Yours always, Magda. There's a note on my bed. How did this get here? Stop. This is just like the note my dad found. Who's doing this? Are they trying to scare me? And if I don't stop, are they going to try to kill me next? I need to ask Dad about this. It can't be a coincidence. But he's so weak. I don't want to upset him. I just need to wait for the right time. I hope there is a right time. Oh. Alright. I want to check on Holden and see if he's alive. Is my daddy sleeping? He is. No. I have to move some things around. Holden, can you hear me? I don't think he's live yet. Oh, yeah, he just got live. Cool. All right, everyone. I am about to raid Holden Nature's Hoe. What is it? Raid Holden Nature's Hoe. I had a great time. I was hoping to finish this today. That did not happen. My plan next week is to stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And I want to start Final Fantasy VII, the OG, next week. So I might try to actually log on Sunday afternoon and stream a little bit to try to wrap this story up. But I don't know if that's going to happen. But we'll find out. But anyway, thank you, everyone, for coming. Holden Nature's Hoe. Oh, I did that wrong. Raid Holden Nature's Hoe. Yes, perfect. All right, everyone. You have a great night, and I will see you anon.